Red Cow Arcade.
All right, Jason, you're in my house again.
I am in your house.
I don't know, maybe 6 months ago, right? We were like, we should do a Red Cow meetup at some point this year.
Yeah.
But it's never really a good idea to be like, come one, come all, because everybody's too scattered and distributed.
Yeah.
And so I think just planting the seed of maybe we should do that, maybe that would be fun, was enough for you to be like, what? Because I had said, well, why not PAX East? Maybe PAX East.
Sure.
And I think I said, probably RetroWare would be at PAX East.
They would. They were.
And they were. So I think I didn't know if it was really happening. I wasn't planning on it. It was
sorry to crash your life, man.
Crash my life. No, it was something I had just put out there in the ether.
Yeah.
I think Levi was interested in coming, and I was like, well, we all know I have a teeny house, and I don't even know. And I was like, if Jason just shows up, I'll, that's fine.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure I know how to orchestrate and plan a big meetup.
Man, I've joked for as long as I've known you that we're gonna have to hold Red Cow Con at some point.
Yeah, it'd be small.
And so far, there's only been 2, and I've been the only one who's shown up both times.
True.
So
they turned into Jason Con very fast. But no, so I think maybe a month ago you were like, we should probably plan this trip.
Well, I was planning on doing it. When I say I want to do something, I'm gonna I'm not then a year later just forget about it.
Right, for sure. And I've never been to PAX East. I work in Boston. Every year I see the entire city traveling towards the convention center. And I always think that because I've been to Rhode Island Comic Con in Providence. And I always think I could go on a weekend perhaps.
Yeah.
So I remember I asked Justin Silverman, I DM'd him and said, are you going to be at PAX East? And he said, yes, by the arcade. And I didn't know what that meant.
It means that they bring the machines and he runs it.
We now know.
And he's got to fix them. He's got to squat down. He's got to fix them.
Yeah, he's both a technician and
he does everything.
A representative. He's obviously somebody who does a lot over there.
A Photoshopper of the James Rolfe canvas.
Well, we'll get there. But he was like, yeah, I'll be over by the arcade. And I was like, well, Jason and I might go. And he was like, nah, Junt.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, okay. Yeah, and so the thought was, let's do a What's in Junt's Cart.
Yeah.
And I contacted John. I said, want to do this? And he was like, yeah, sure. Now, John has done a lot of conventions. He's done Anime Boston. He did the sound at Anime Boston.
Recently, though?
Yeah, I mean, it's been some years. And then I was, and EJ had his baby. And so they were and then my kid had a birthday party she had to go to on the same day. And so very quickly it was like, this is just going to be Jason and I think.
That's fun.
Because John was like, I don't think I can be doing that. And I was like, I'm sure he could. I'm sure there's seats and stuff.
He was right.
Dude. Yeah, we went today and it was like, bringing a child, bringing a recent dad, bringing, a guy who would have a hard time. It's like, this would be a terrible idea.
I almost died of a heart attack myself. I can only imagine.
I learned about you that you have these kind of sporadic exhales. Do you want to demonstrate for the people what this sounds like? Yeah, we'll be walking around. Jason will go, and I'm like, you all right? And he's like, yeah.
I just make noises.
I just do that.
Yeah.
So why don't would it be fun to kind of chronicle, because we've actually been having other fun up until this point.
We have?
Yeah, well, so you decided, you say, I'm going to fly in.
I didn't have fun. You beat me at Tetris.
It was several unfair games of Tetris, actually.
Well, none of them were the optimal setup, but we both had the same handicap, and you won. So,
right,
you're the winner.
Tetris, and it's the Tetris and Dr. Mario SNES game.
Yeah,
which is the SNES port of the NES version.
It was true Tetris. It wasn't some fake bullshit.
It was esports Tetris.
Yeah.
Well, you flew into Logan, and I was at work, and I said, I'll come get you. And you were like, well, I'll just walk to your work. And I was like, from Logan?
Well, I don't know what Logan is, and I walked a lot further than to and from Logan, whatever that is.
Yeah, well, so you tell the story, but of course you land in the airport. Conventional wisdom would be you walk the 4 miles. I was like, dude, take the Silver Line. And you were like, I don't know what the hell crap Silver Line is.
Yeah, I don't.
It's just a train.
Okay.
You can take one, or a shuttle in this particular case. Yeah, Boston has the T system. It's not perfect.
Yeah, but
it's
I
not New York.
I wanted to see the sights.
But unfortunately, you did what?
Yeah, I went in the wrong direction. My plane lands in the morning at 9 or whatever, and I'm like, all right, what am I gonna do till Frankie gets out of work? I know, I'll hang out at the mall because there's always a mall, right?
True.
So I Google shopping mall, and then I don't really investigate any further. I just set a course and walk that direction. So I walk I don't know, 3 miles north of the airport to get to this place that is supposedly a shopping mall, only to learn that it's not anymore. They tore it down as a big parking lot with just like nothing. It's just like what even was it? Like a market basket and like a Five Guys, just like a regular plaza, you know, nothing special, nothing, nowhere you can hang out, basically.
Right. Just urban sprawl.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you, I guess, walked in the wrong direction. Yeah. But eventually, you know, I had to go to meetings. I was in work. But I was like, I wonder if Jason's here. I wonder if everything's okay with Jason.
That was fun.
And then we met up at my office building. They were giving out free ice cream in the lobby. I was like, you want some ice cream? And you were like, yeah.
It wasn't what I was thinking of. I wasn't like, oh, I'm dying for some ice cream.
But it was free. And
how many miles did I walk? I walked like 8 miles.
He looked like a guy who could have used a little bit of ice cream. Okay. For sure. He looked like he was tired. And yeah, we had to sit. And then what did we do? Then we took the train home.
That was fun.
Gave you a tour of my workplace. And we took the T back to Fall River, or the commuter rail, which now you know what, because I've told stories on here about, various characters. We didn't run into any.
I didn't get to meet your friend.
Right. Sean.
It was very sad. I was a little excited, but we didn't see him.
Now you see those tables, aren't those nice?
They are nice.
Of all the ways to travel a long way into Boston,
we get on one of these trains and we walk through like 10 of them because all the ones with the seats were all taken. There were plenty of other seats. We just wanted the one with the table.
The truth is, I wanted you to sit on the same side as me so we could play on 64 together on my laptop. And then we gave up on that concept really fast because I had other things to work on.
We sat across, yeah.
We sat across. But we played a little bit of Wave Race. I brought the 8-bit does because we're basically children who have to play video games on the way home.
Pretty much.
I got to see you working on a Waiting for Nintendo, I think, thumbnail.
Yeah.
That was fun. The white background. I was like, oh, this is where the magic happens. The next morning, so then we had a whole Friday together. And, the first night, Nina made us spaghetti and meatballs.
That was good. Thank you, Nina.
She made a big pile of spaghetti and meatballs. Now, I've been being real good with food for, since March 6th. I'm down 13 pounds.
Congrats.
I'm going to keep driving that weight down because, I yo-yo, and it's time to yo down.
It's time to not yo.
Yeah, exactly. I got to yo the other way because there's been a gradual drift. I'm sure everybody knows, but we'll get there. I think by July we'll be under 200 again. That'll help a lot. And then who knows? Maybe by the end of the year I'll be back to that shorts weight.
That'd be nice,
right? Maybe so we're actually sitting over. We're in the little.
Yeah, we're in the same room. This is a different angle that you're accustomed to. There's a couch in this room in between. Normally, he's got the camera on the other side of the couch, and he sits over here.
Right. The arcades are that away.
Yeah.
It's just a little. I mean, how many feet by how many feet?
I don't know. Not that big.
10 by 15 by 10 or something.
Yeah.
It's probably. I'm not good at
Yeah, me either.
Estimating
no idea.
Square footage. So anyway, we the next morning we were like we should do something, and we went. I said I can take you to play. That's recording. That's okay.
Yeah, it's going.
I said we should go to Play Arcade in New Bedford, and which is like a great little barcade near me. And your uncle used to live in New Bedford. You told me.
Yeah, he lived right downtown for 15 years. So I've been there a handful of times.
Yeah, Jason's recognizing spots.
Yeah,
and I'm like, this is weird. You're a Floridian.
Well, I've been around.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, you've been. Let's see. Shall we count the ways? Texas, Florida, Rochester.
I never been to Rochester.
I thought you were from Rochester.
No, I got an Xbox there once, but that's the only time I've ever been there.
No, I'm sorry, Syracuse, not Rochester.
There you go.
Yeah, sorry. And anything else?
Did we say Florida?
Florida, Texas.
Yeah, that's it.
Syracuse.
That's it.
Okay, and maybe West Virginia someday.
Oh, that's the end goal.
Yeah, right.
That's where I'm going to end up.
So we get all the way there. We put coins in the meter, a la James, and it's closed. We should have checked. So I was like, he's like, the spots, man. Where do we go? And I'm like, there's a mall.
Oh, I love malls.
And then he's like, oh, we should go to the. I was like, oh, okay. If it's the mall you want to go to,
yeah.
So we went to the North Dartmouth Mall, and we went to the Toy Vault, which is one of my favorite kind of you've seen it on Junt's Carts and stuff. It's like a little retro, it's mostly like a sellbacks kind of, sort of like a flea market, but nicer a retail version of a flea market. And they've got, high end action figures and NES games and stuff like that. Oh, but no, we first went to Games to Gold in New Bedford on the way back. So this is this store, Games to Gold, has been there for a long time. They used to have 2 locations, if you can believe it. And they have so much stock.
They do. It's pretty well stocked.
I mean, for this area, we don't, we only have so much.
Oh, sure.
I mean, I was seeing 32X full in box. I was seeing a lot of NES.
Good variety. The prices were pretty good, actually.
There was a small stack of VHS.
Yeah.
Small. There was a DVD section.
Yeah.
I like this store.
You know what? For the amount of square footage that they had, it was really well packed. I've definitely seen much larger stores with more stuff, but in that small of a space, yeah, it was pretty well selection, I'd say.
And you were like kind of on the lookout for Game Gear.
That's what I'm really like hunting for. And not only did they not have it, they refused to stock it.
And we said, why? And they said, we can't tell you. And then we pushed,
joking.
and then we pushed a little harder. And they said, because they break.
Yeah, they do.
Game Gears themselves.
I don't understand why you can't sell the games or, weird accessories for the games, but the systems themselves, understandable. I get that.
Yeah, and he was like, but Sega Nomad, and there's behind the glass, a bunch of expensive games. He opens the glass, he takes off. He just trusted us with the behind the glass stuff. And so I grabbed this Nomad gently, and I see like an X-Men.
It's pristine.
And it's in real good shape. Now, the question is, why would you need a Nomad in a time of Ambernick?
You don't.
And we're going to talk about that, aren't we?
Yeah, of course.
But this thing is honky.
It's from the 90s. It shows. There's a reason why this thing didn't catch on, because it's not that good.
And I think this one on the back had a battery pack. It had something like affixed to the back of it.
It turned on when we switched it on.
Yes.
So,
but you were a little shocked.
I was, because I didn't think they'd keep it like powered.
Right.
That doesn't make sense.
It was like ding, but I couldn't get the cartridge to do anything.
We got the Sega screen to appear, which tells me that it probably works.
The all rights reserved.
We would have needed to, probably blow in that thing. Spit on that thing.
Spit on that thing. But what did the price tag say?
It was $300.
Yeah.
That's a good price for a Nomad. Like, that's not bad at all. I thought about getting it.
I mean, on Facebook Marketplace, I'll occasionally see something related to the Nomad. And for those we should probably say, the Nomad is the console, the portable version of the Sega Genesis. It came out during that era.
Yeah.
It blew my fucking mind when I was a child. I was like, wait a minute. I mean, imagine if you did that with the SNES. Of course, Hyperkin later did. But,
yeah, many years later. This was from the mid-90s.
Right. I had a more wealthy friend who had one, and I remember for a whole summer he was like, "You can have the Nomad." I was
really?
like, no fucking way. Yeah.
Oh, that's rules.
I just had it for the whole, like for a bunch of trips and stuff.
In the leaked Sega document, Tom Kalinske it's like he's astonished that it's not doing well, and he's like, "Can we advertise this?" And they're like, "No, we don't have the budget to advertise this."
Oh my gosh. Well, I guess if you think about it, they're like around that time. 32X, Sega CD.
Yeah, they had too much shit. That all didn't work.
The all-in-one Sega CD 32X Genesis, Model 3, Model 2, Model 1.
Yeah.
Saturn on its way. Now the Game Gear.
Well, the Saturn was in betwixt
system.
all this. Like the Genesis 3 was after the Saturn. The I think some of the combo units were after Saturn. So like they just had a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway,
well, as I pointed in my 32X video, about half the library was after the Saturn.
Yeah.
Which was like, why?
That is why. Well, that just tells you that the right hand didn't know what the left hand was doing.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the 32X came out 6 months before the Saturn, so there's no reason for it to exist.
Who's that? What's that YouTube channel where the guy will make these kind of dream consoles? Like he ended up making the Sega Neptune, which was the standalone.
Oh, you're right. I
32X.
saw that. Yeah, I don't know what the channel is though.
It was very cool. I every once in a while I get recommended that. I'm like, this guy has a cool channel.
It is cool.
Like how you and I have both complained before about how like some gaming channels are a little too technical. In other words, it's more about the technology than it is about the games. And then like this one I think is a good in between.
That is a time and place, but yeah, it's not something I ever want to just like pop on and watch.
Yeah.
Which we each have our go-tos with that, so
right.
Like I get it.
I mean, we've had a whole weekend of like one of us will kind of go to turn on YouTube.
Yeah.
And we're trying to figure out like how you start to realize like what you consume on YouTube is a very personal thing.
It is.
It's extremely personalized. Yeah. There's no it was like, well, what do you watch on YouTube?
Yeah.
And what's funny is the thing that neither of us love, but both of us will watch is Retro Bird.
Oh yeah,
I think we've watched 3 Retro Birds now.
We'll watch the heck out of a Retro Bird. Yeah.
We watched a Scott Stash while I worked out. his arcade 1-up one.
Yeah.
But anyway, I found it very appealing. The Sega Nomad. Of course, you didn't buy it, but you thought about it.
Thought about it. I don't know if it would make for a great video. Maybe someday. I could always get one. It's one of those things where it's not like rare enough that you can't find them, right? Like if I set my mind into getting a Nomad, I could have one.
Do you feel like when you're making a big video, a big Jason Graves video?
Yeah.
There's some of the stunt, the appeal, the thing that makes the video successful is that like you're putting some kind of big dick on the table.
Yes.
Some kind of
Absolutely.
I actually bought a 3DO or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, what if like in the middle of the Game Gear episode like a Nomad just shows up?
That'd be fun. That'd
Right?
be pretty hype.
Right. I remember I bought an entire PSP just for the Cannibal video.
And it was worth it.
Yeah, just for those few UMD shots. Because here I am trying to make a video that is a completist look at all home video releases of this movie. And what I'm gonna be like, and you can maybe if you have a PSP,
maybe find that and do your own research. No, I'm doing the research.
What would Mr. Beast say?
If Mr. Beast would get the PSP
And then break it.
Yeah. You totally would actually.
That or like sell it to a starving village. Whatever sells.
You'd bring it to Cambodia or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. I bought this PSP. We had this idea for a box Mac in the summertime. We realized we've reviewed all these camping Macs, and we were like, we've never like gone camping.
You're gonna go camping?
Look,
You hear it here first?
look. I don't know.
You're gonna get John to go camping?
But I had this concept of like, well, if we brought him outside, we
Listen.
did camping Macs.
If you get John to actually go camping, that would be an amazing video, but I don't think he'd do it.
So the concept was it's Mr. Beast, and it's like, I brought one John Hunt out into the woods, and it's like a drone shot of John in the woods, and then John's like, I don't think I could do this, Frankie. Maybe we'll do it because it's funny.
Do a Beast parody?
Maybe. I've never watched his show. You and I did a big podcast about like his like principles.
Yeah.
I never saw the show. And my kid became interested, and I was like, let's take a look at a few of these and see what they're about. And what I've learned is it's just it's just
Pretty much.
like network television game shows.
That's what it's evolved into.
But on crack.
Yeah. Crackified.
We were talking about that. We were like, so much of YouTube is becoming yesteryear network television, but on crack.
Sure.
Mr. Beast is game shows, but on crack. Candace Owens is like Oprah and Sally Jesse Raphael
On crack.
but on fucking crack. Ted, the series, it's all in the family, but it's on crack. It's like everything's just like chasing a new high. So anyway, and I remember the guy at the store with the Nomad was like, I think it's ridiculous.
Oh yeah, he was even like, oh, this thing's dumb. I don't know why it costs this much money. Yeah, it's weird. I don't get it.
I happen to agree. So I brought you a toy vault, and they have a measly.
You bought me pizza.
I bought you a couple.
You
slices
bought me
of
pizza.
In fact, I said, why don't you try a Charisse slice?
It was nothing special.
Fuck.
It was a pizza with some weird chicken on it.
It's not chicken.
I don't even know. I don't know what it was, but
It's like cured pork.
okay.
Like cured sausage. or
I don't
something.
know. Some sort of meat that I couldn't identify was on top of this pizza. It was
Some
fine.
kind of pinkish meat.
Yeah.
So it was it's Charisse, which is the Portuguese version of chorizo, which is Spanish.
All right.
Cured pork. I think it goes quite nicely on pizza, but you liked your pepperoni.
Yeah. Well, you're not a fan. I think I remember the deep recesses of my mind. You once said you didn't like pepperoni on pizza.
I don't know if that's true.
Okay.
I think there's definitely a time and place for pepperoni. It's just not normally the one I'm reaching for.
That's what it's the default pizza for me. You just got to get it.
I get that.
Yeah.
I get it.
Like if you're getting two, it's like one's going to be pepperoni and then the other one you party with.
Should I break here that I've not only am I eating better, but I'm also like I cut out caffeine.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You think so?
I think it's crazy. I mean, dude, I'd have headaches nonstop if I did that.
Well, so what I experienced was there was I think in like January, maybe a little bit in February, I was having this weird like heart arrhythmia thing. If I sat down or stood up quickly, my heart would race, and it was like uncomfortable. And I did some research about it, and it doesn't actually indicate like heart attack or anything like that, but it does indicate like normally like sleep deprivation or some kind of some kind of imbalance. And so I was definitely sleep deprived. I've been working on a lot of projects in the middle of the night, so I started trying to sleep better. But Nina was like, you know what? Like caffeine's no good. Like enough with the caffeine. And so I'm not, I wasn't ready. So Diet Mountain Dew is where all the
That's
caffeine,
where you're getting it from.
That's where all the
That's
caffeine.
what hyping you up.
So I said, well, at least in terms of sodas, I'll swap that for Sprite Zero. And I was definitely like my workouts are really hard for about a week. When I am now that I'm in like a big calorie deficit, my workouts are a lot harder. But I've like kind of come out of that. Like eventually, you fast long. I've been doing a lot of 24-hour fast. Yeah, you come out of it. But I do feel better off of caffeine. It's true. Or when I have caffeine, it's like special, and I actually feel the effects as opposed to being like having.
You need it.
For it.
Yeah.
But we went to the mall. We went to the toy vault, and even though they had a measly retro section, you saw some Game Gear.
I got 2 Game Gear things, yeah, for my video. It'll be fun.
What were they?
Well, I got a Game Genie and I got Wheel of Fortune, just a regular game.
You ever watch Wheel of Fortune when you were a kid?
Yeah, of course.
Really?
Yeah.
It's now that Super Sentai's gone, and like it feels like the culture's wrapping up a few things.
Sure.
I'm like, where does Wheel of Fortune fit into the picture?
I don't know. Does
Pat
anybody
Sajak
watch?
went away.
Well, here's the context in which I watched it. We didn't have cable, so there was just the antenna channels, and there wasn't much to watch on them except like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy,
Yeah.
like the game shows. They were on them.
I remember
So I saw 'em.
when Who Wants to Be a Millionaire became the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a season of television. If I had to guess, it would have been like 1998 or something.
I remember the first time I watched somebody win. I was so excited. I went and like ran and got my mom to to see this craziness that happened. And he was such a freaking baller OG that he had lifelines left on the last question. One of them was to just call like his dad or whatever. I think it was his dad.
Oh, that's hot.
He called him and was just like, he didn't need his help. He's just like, I'm just calling you to let you know I win. And then he answered the question. It was pretty awesome.
If you get one wrong, you're out.
Yeah.
It's like Contra.
Yeah, it's like Contra. One hit and you're dead.
One hit and you're dead. It's kind of a brilliant idea for a show, because I think what made that show distinct was that there was like a certain quietness and suspense to it.
Sure.
There was a certain like, we might go the whole half hour on one question.
They totally would.
Right?
They like the contrast between that and Mr. Beast. It's like Mr. Beast, if you're not getting 10,000 questions in this video, then what's the damn point?
I was telling you, I watched like 3 of them with Glory. I watched one that was like, this guy's going to lose 100 pounds in a year. And he did. And it was interesting. Like, he'll win $250,000 or whatever. And it was interesting because you can tell that Mr. Beast is not really fucking with it too much. He's not like trying to make it hard for the guy to lose the weight, because if he did, it would be kind of like,
it'd be an asshole move.
Super unethical.
You can't throw like other obstacles in his way.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing that was, I mean, of course, there was a lot of really kind of like garish things going on.
Oh,
like,
I'll bet.
Like if you can, here's like a bunch of stacks of cash. If you can carry the stacks of cash a mile, you'll keep all the cash. But if you
Nice.
drop it, you get no cash.
Ooh.
So it's stuff like that, or it's like, we're not going to hinder you from actually losing the weight.
Yeah.
But we're going to make a bunch of small challenges.
Incentive. Positive incentives.
And I think he actually did. He carried like $50,000 worth of cash.
Hell yeah.
And got an extra 50. But there was one episode where it was like, can they survive in the sky? And they made it look like it was like, the movie Up.
The answer is no, because we can't just be in the sky, but like, sure, Mr. Beast.
Yeah, they created like a glass or like a plexiglass platform or something. They gave them some tents. Of course, they're subjected to the weather. The girl has very nice makeup on the entire time that she's up there in the sky. So there's some production going on. And they're both reasonably attractive people.
Exactly. You can't have like the star, like the main person in like one of your big videos. They can't be ugly. They just can't. They
Right.
can't look like they haven't showered in 3 weeks. Even they just can't do it.
They can't be sending us up
Exactly.
there in the middle of PAX
No,
East.
no. We can't be doing it. We're not hot enough. Neither one of us.
I took 2 chuds.
You got to be real looks maxed for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear he got arrested today. Did you see this?
The looks maxing guy.
Yeah.
I didn't hear what for.
Clavicular. You know what's funny about the podcast is like, I'll bring up some topic that I'm not even all that like engaged with.
Yeah.
And people will be like, hey, like, I know you mentioned clavicular. Check out like what happened.
Oh.
The podcast is like, when we used to do Box Mac, which like we only do it like 2 or 3 times a year now, but we did it all the time. Mostly people just gave me mac and cheese news. But now
Mac and cheese news.
they're really
The idea
like,
of that is very funny.
it happened all the time. It
Oh,
was
I'll bet.
Oh, this one's got colors in it, and this one's got they're going to do no dyes on this one, and there's a limited edition pumpkin one coming out. Are you going to have a fan buy that for you? There's like a lot of that kind of fun stuff, but it was fun. But it was like 7 years of of like mac and cheese news. But then when you're on a pod and you just talk about any old thing, then people like the things people want to tell you about, or at least have some.
They're varied.
Yeah,
you become
diversity.
known for many different things.
Right.
You're not just the mac and cheese guy. You're the
James Rolfe.
Jim Bro guy, the James Rolfe guy.
Yeah.
Just anything that anybody wants to mention. Yeah.
There's some people they DM me just news.
Really?
Like 7 different things a day.
Okay.
What about this? What about that? One guy.
And you say you don't have enough topics to upload every day.
I just go to that guy's DMs.
You just go to their DMs. There you go. They got you covered.
Some of them are they're all like super nice. They're like, you could talk about this on the podcast. You could talk about this on the podcast. And a lot of times they're actually, you know what? They're really good ideas.
Yeah.
The problem is each one of them requires
research.
An hour and a half of familiar. Yeah, right. Yeah. It's like, so you got to talk about things you care about. But the Mr. Beast up in the sky thing, like these people were up there for 3 months. Supposedly, according to the show.
Yeah.
And there's a whole thing of like, okay, here's the next challenge. You lose your tent if you fuck this one up.
Oh, God.
And so now you're like totally subjected to the elements. Or, okay, every 24 hours at a different time, we're going to send a balloon up in the sky. And we're going to give you a bow and arrow, and you got to shoot the balloon down. And if you don't, you lose another piece of the platform.
It's like a Mario Party minigame describing.
Totally. I'm sure they watched Mario Party before they...
They watched it? They didn't even play it. They just watched all the YouTubers play it.
Yeah, they watched Nathaniel or whatever his
Bandy?
name is. Yeah, Nathaniel Bandy.
Who's the... Shout out to Friends Without Benefits who played every single game, every single map, and then ranked them all.
Yeah, so it's this Mario Party shit, and they're losing platforms, and the guy leaves and the girl stays... But now there's like this, there must be this daily anxiety of I don't want to miss the balloon or else there's going to be serious consequences.
There will.
The whole thing is for money. At the end, he's like, all right, now if you can tightrope walk to the other platform, I'll double the money.
Ooh.
But if you fall, you lose all of it, 3 months of work. And so there's
you got to constantly introduce new hooks, new stakes to make it more interesting. This is in his playbook.
Ads for Feastables, the chocolate.
Yeah, of course.
A lot of that.
Oh, yeah, well... I should try that. I got to take the Beast pill and just get all the merch. Get it all. The burger, the chocolate, just whatever the hell. We saw toys at the Target the other day.
Right.
He's hawking toys now, and they're like weird science tube monsters. I don't even know what they are.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't... The chocolate looks like fucking trash to me.
Does it?
Well, I mean, it's just more commodified sugar.
It's more chocolate.
But my point of dwelling on this for a moment is, don't you think... that if you spent 3 months camping in the sky,
yeah,
with the floor falling out from behind you, horrified financially, don't you think you would have like lifelong trauma?
Yeah, but it'd be worth it.
Yeah.
I'd die for Mr. Beast. Come on.
And I'm not talking about like, a man died in your arms kind of trauma, but I am talking about like you're like a fight or flight.
Oh yeah.
Like you'd be having nightmares about falling off the platform. Of course they're harnessed, right? But nevertheless, there's still like your body doesn't know about the harness.
Sure.
Your brain doesn't.
Yeah.
Like you kind of know, but the fear of heights thing probably never quite goes away. I think I saw one that he's like, whoever lives in a nuclear bunker longer, and that too was 3-4 months or 6 months or some shit. I was like, I don't think you can just like live in prisons for money.
Yeah, you can. Sure you can.
Without. And then the next question is like $250,000 is a lot of money. That's some serious life money. Maybe it's even fuck you money for a little while.
Yeah.
But then it's like but if you're 30 when you do, or you're 26 when you do it. How long is that going to last?
You don't have to retire on it, but you said it is life-changing money. That's buy a house money. And that changes the whole trajectory of your life.
Yeah. Yeah. Imagine like you get to age 70 and you're like, it all changed when I lived in the sky.
Yeah, dude.
Because of a man named Beast.
For that woman there. It's what's going to happen. Listen, you don't get
chicken shit.
You don't get a lot of chances to do weird and experimental and cool stuff like that. I think it's worth a couple bad dreams to live in the sky for 3 months and have a whole bunch of money.
Yeah, I mean, there's worse things you can do.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, I think your body would remember it in a bad way
That's all right.
for the money.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's why the show's interesting. If it were just an ordinary situation, then who the fuck would care?
It's kind of like prostitution in a way. But remember that South Park episode where Kenny would do anything for
anything for money?
It's basically that.
No, because he was doing it for like $5. This is a lot of money.
That's why I think from a PR perspective, it's better when it's like, we'll give you money if you get way less fat.
Sure.
Because it's like, that's like win-win.
But this is like, he's always got to be coming up with other stuff. You know,
Yeah.
It can't all just be happy, happy, joy, joy.
Oh, the fucked up thing about the weight loss one was they were like, he's becoming really good friends with fitness trainer Al or whatever the guy's name was.
Told me about this.
And then they were, they're getting really close. There was this like corny moment where the two of them jumped into the pile of money together as friends.
Oh my God.
And it was right after that. I swear to God, this is what happens in the video. This is why this guy gets 50 million views, I guess. They were like,
that's a bad video. His worst performing videos are 50 million.
Right. They were like, unfortunately, we had to tell Todd the bad news. And then he's like, hey, you got a minute? Like some other guy comes in and he's like, yeah, of course. Am I getting kicked off the show? And he's like, no, I wish it was that. And these are like hidden cameras, right?
Yeah. He's
like, fitness trainer Al was found dead this morning. And then the guy is like heaving with sorrow. And then like Mr. Beast, they're like, Mr. Beast is busy in the jungle, shooting a different video, but Mr. Beast is gonna come. Jimmy's gonna come back for this moment, and then so he shows up with like his teenage friends, those guys, and then they were like, out of respect, we didn't film this part, but like they totally did. There's like a shot.
Oh man!
And I'm like, but you also just showed us video of the guy like again, like in total despair.
This feels like a shut the video down moment to me. If somebody died during production,
I agree.
Yeah,
but then it also was like, well, you got to keep going for fitness trainer Al, and he did. I mean, he gets all shredded and stuff. It's great. If every episode of Mr. Beast was some fat guy getting shredded, like from beginning to end.
So you're saying it was worth it? The show should have went on.
I mean, it leaves you with some questions like, how did this guy die? Because he was in super good shape. He was like absolutely ripped.
Yeah, who knows?
They didn't reveal this. Yeah, I agree. It's like, I think like if you're in the middle of like producing like the Box Mac Halloween special and someone died.
Yeah.
I think you'd be like, I don't think there's a special anymore.
I mean, I suppose when there's millions of dollars and jobs and whatever on the line, it's like, but he does say in interviews and stuff that he cancels videos sometimes.
Yeah, cancel this one.
Not that one.
I mean, I get this is one of the criticisms of this creator is that he's so content brained.
Yeah.
That he's
no humanitarian there.
Yeah.
Like well, despite his, a lot of a core pillar being humanitarianism, like building schools and getting water to towns or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting because it's like I watched that one too, where he's building a bunch of schools in Africa. And it's great. It's really cool. And like hats off to him if he helped a bunch of villages. And also he's very particular with these amazing shots of it and showing them going up and like the drones and all the it's like but he has to balance this kind of like I'm doing it for me versus I'm doing it for them kind of thing, what I mean? Okay, so you get Wheel of Fortune,
which I suck at, by the way. I'm not good at guessing the things.
Really?
Yeah, I'm terrible.
You see like a 5-letter word and it ends with a D and you're not like...
No, it takes me like 50 minutes to even have one guess.
Yeah.
Like I'm not quick with that at all.
Yeah. It's, it's funny. My sister and her family don't play video games at all. And when we go there for Thanksgiving, they're always all about like, let's play Family Feud for Switch and let's play Wheel of Fortune for Switch.
Yeah.
It's like the one thing.
Do you kill it? I'm good at Family Feud. I'm not good at Wheel of Fortune though.
Yeah, I'm okay at Family Feud, I guess. I mean, Gloria gets really funny during that. You can imagine. You've been hanging out with Gloria.
Oh, Gloria's a riot. Yeah, she's very funny.
Well, what are some highlights there? We've been watching a lot of Simpsons together. The first night she showed.
She only clicks on Lisa episodes. When she has the remote, it's Lisa.
True.
Going to whichever one has got Lisa in the thumbnail, we're going to that one.
Even if it might not be a Lisa episode.
Yeah, if Lisa's there, that she's just like, oh, what's Lisa doing this time?
She can't help it.
Which I get it. You're 8. You're an 8-year-old girl. She's an 8-year-old girl, and it's what you want to see.
But she showed you her Minecraft world.
Oh, it was impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot there.
She has a lot of stuff to say about everything she built too, which is the most impressive part. It's not that she built the stuff; it's that there are backstories to everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like a whole imagination thing there. And she was very hyped to see you. She keeps going, Jason,
Yeah.
to get your attention. She's had a lot of energy the last couple of days. And she went to bed the other night, and Jason was like, she's
Really been she's really wound up.
And the whole time Nina's like, hey, let's do that, but let's do it quietly. And she's like, yeah, I'm so sorry, Mom.
And it's just like the beast is waiting to come out. And it's just like trying to hold it back.
Like, we woke up the other morning. She gets in bed with me, and she starts just twirling back and forth and going, wee, wee. Yeah, her whole life, I feel like every, I don't know, on some irregular cadence, and maybe this is true of most children, she'll go through like a psychological leap, right? She'll have access to new language.
Oh, okay.
New concepts.
Interesting. Like all at once?
All at once.
Like she steps up?
Yeah, it's like she evolves.
Okay.
And, like levels up. And it's happened since she was a baby. So, like, you go from like a helpless baby to a baby that's crawling or whatever. And I don't know if it's like every 8 months or something, you notice some sudden change. But you can imagine that from the time you're a baby to the time you're 12, you undergo a lot of transformation.
Yeah, yeah.
And those transformations sometimes come all at once instead of gradually. And I find that like the energy spikes tend to come with those. She'll become more talkative.
Interesting.
Or something. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so we did that, and then we went to Newbury. You got to check out a Newbury Comics.
Yeah, it was just an FYE.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
It's fair. It's just a bummer because it used to be a cool store.
Yeah.
I bought Graceland on vinyl by Paul Simon. You Can Call Me Al.
Yeah, we listened to it. It was acceptable. I don't know.
I mean, I think it's.
Oh, I love it. It's the best thing ever. I mean, that's what I meant to
You're
say.
allowed to think whatever you want.
No, I don't care. I have no opinion.
I think Paul Simon's great. You learned that Gloria has become a big fan of Scott Pilgrim.
Oh yeah, I love Scott Pilgrim too. So we bonded over that.
Yeah, and in fact, you guys played the beat 'em up, the River City Ransom.
Yeah.
Beat 'em up.
It's interesting to be around kids sometimes to see what foot they have, which is completely foreign to me, and what hasn't changed since I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like Scott Pilgrim came out when I was 13, and it's still a thing, I guess.
Yeah. I think Scott Pilgrim is very popular.
Yeah.
Like when I walked into a Newbury Comics, I recently, like, one of the first two things I saw was like issue 1 and 2 of the manga.
Oh yeah, they were right there.
And I was like, all right, she likes the movie now. Because I got it in my head one day. I was like, I think my kid would really like Scott Pilgrim. And I saw the movie in theaters in 2010. I was like, it's Edgar Wright. That's, he's an amazing filmmaker. I'd love to go see it. And I remember finding it kind of cringe and difficult to get through at the time. And the reason was because it was so emblematic of a certain kind of social culture that existed during my college years.
Yeah.
And it was 20, and that was
lived
actually,
it.
That was like 3 years before that.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like, are we still, or even longer ago than that? I was like, are we still doing this twee shit?
You lived it though. When I'm 13, it's a mind expanding, horizon altering thing to be exposed to.
But now that I really don't recognize that stuff.
Yeah, it isn't really like it anymore.
It's nothing like that anymore.
Yeah.
That sense of humor and that. The way
even just the first thing in the movie, it's like Scott Pilgrim is dating a high schooler. That would be the most scandalous thing in the world.
Right.
Now. Are you kidding me?
Exactly.
Scott Pilgrim would have been canceled so hard, and he would have just been shamed from every social setting.
A lot of subtle stuff, like the way the girlfriend's depicted, the way the gay roommate is depicted.
Absolutely.
Like just a lot of that stuff is a little like the culture's moved on from it a lot, and so I was able to see it with really fresh eyes. The visual direction is absolutely like mind-boggling.
It's some of the that's another like mind-blowing. It's like you don't see movies like that. I never saw movies like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I was really impressed. And or even like the way they made fun of the vegan. Like would you see that in a movie now?
What? Oh, you don't think they make fun of vegans?
I mean, I guess they would, but would they just like totally roast a vegan?
Who knows?
Maybe they make a joke or two, but she really loved it. She loved the whole evil girlfriend thing, and then the video game was a really great like extension of that. The beat 'em up.
It's just River City Ransom. I never played it before. It's literally just River City Ransom.
Truly,
yeah,
it truly is. Does River City Ransom have like the subspace stuff or like the stores? It has the stores.
Yes.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah. It's the same like structure.
So. I was saying that it's by Ubisoft, and the one that is also like River City Ransom is TMNT 2007 for the GBA. Same basic idea. It's got coins and it's got the same sort of backgrounds and all the rest of it. All right. So, and we watched a bunch of Simpsons. Did we watch any other YouTube that caught our attention?
Nah, probably not.
Mort's Garage.
Yeah, we watched a Mort.
Popped on a Mort.
Morted it up.
And then we were like, all right, we're going to be going. It's just the two of us, really, to PAX East. And you'd never been. You've been to Southeast Gaming Expo.
That's a different thing.
Really
different type of convention.
Dissimilar to this.
Yeah, not even really. Yeah, it's not even really like this.
So is it fair to say you've never been to a convention quite like this before?
No, I've been to like MegaCon. It was pretty similar to that.
I've been to Rhode Island Comic Con in Providence.
Yeah.
And that was a lot more like, I felt like at Comic Con, there were way fewer, like mega corporations.
Sure.
Even though it's Comic Con.
Yeah, I don't know.
There was a lot of costumed attendees.
Yeah, of course.
And there was a lot of, like local vendors and artists. There was a lot of that at Comic Con.
Not so much here. This was more like corporate.
Very corporate.
Yeah.
In other words, like SanDisk.
Well, a lot of it was just like it's just straight up ads. That's all this place was. We paid to go see ads for stuff.
So we drove there, and we also we have a Discord friend named Garrett, who said like if you guys are gonna go there, I live in the area, I'm gonna go too. And we ran into another guy named Dylan who's on Discord, so we got to see actually a few guys, which is great. But we knew we wanted to see Justin, and and you had this idea of like maybe Movie Bob will be there because he's a Bostonian. He used to.
I didn't think he would because I think he coops himself up in his house and doesn't go anywhere anymore, which is sad because I would have loved to meet Movie Bob.
Yeah,
but,
that'd be fun. But it didn't happen.
No.
But we drove to the Boston Convention Center, and I had never actually been to an event there before, or maybe I
don't know.
I went to the Garden for WWE Survivor Series in 2014, which is kind of nearby. But I never been to the convention center before. So we drove there. I thought there'd be like public parking nearby. There wasn't. We parked over by my work, an hour, a mile and a half away, and we just kind of hustled over there. And then I remember, and it's by that point, I was like, geez, good thing John's not here.
Oh, yeah. A lot of walking, a lot of crowds. As you said, nowhere to sit because he's a big sitter.
Yeah. He needs to figure out.
There's nowhere to sit anywhere, really.
And
unless you're playing Magic the Gathering, there's nowhere.
He warned me. He was like, well, if it's anything like Anime Boston or anything like I've heard, there's a big line just to get in.
And there was.
And yeah, so they were like, if you're picking up badges, if you have a QR code that, from buying online, get in the back of the line. And we were like, wait, where is it? And we walked the whole hotel or the whole convention center.
Yeah, it snaked multiple times.
Finally found the back. And then it went like 20 minutes.
Yeah, it was like a walking line.
You were a walking line. I thought they handled it super well, actually.
Yeah, I agree.
Then as soon as you kind of walk out into the convention center, what do you see? Mostly
people.
Yeah.
Wall to wall, ass to face, ass to cock. I don't know. Everybody's just jammed.
Yeah. So again, John would have loved that. Escalators, crowded spaces, no place to sit.
A lot of Nintendo booths that we didn't want to wait in line for.
I'm sure there's like a whole, we only did Saturday. I'm sure, that was $87 per ticket. I'm sure, I think it's like $400 or something for Thursday through Sunday if you want to do that. But I'm sure there's a whole version of this convention that's amazing with panels and, like things that you do have to wait in line for.
Yeah, we didn't do any panels.
Basically, if there was a line for it, we didn't do it.
Exactly. So we did all the crappy stuff.
Which reminds me a lot of Disney World, where I'm like, I would rather just stay in the overworld. I don't want to go into the rides I got no truck with.
There was even a line to get into the retro game store.
Yeah, they had like 2 or 3 retro game stores where you could buy some GameCube or whatever. And we actually did just waltz right.
Yeah, we didn't realize there was a line and nobody corrected us. So we just, And
then somebody was like, you did technically cut. And
yeah.
Like, did I? There's a line to come
and there was totally, and it was
There's a line for the privilege to buy something here?
Yeah, and it was way overpriced too. I was looking at Game Gear games and it was, not.
Oh, yeah.
It was not. I even whipped out my phone, did price charting. Like, oh, that's double. All right.
And there was kind of a whole, there's a giant Nintendo. And did you notice that like Mario Wonder was the thing? The new
Yeah.
$80 Mario Wonder.
Well, they were showing Pokemon and they were showing Mario. Those were the two things that I really saw. And
Yeah.
that's strange because, that game's been out a few years, even though they're adding the new, Bell Park thing. That's still not, significant, I wouldn't think, anyway.
Well, I guess it tells you something. It tells you that they don't have much until, it's going to be a while.
Yeah, well, they haven't had a direct in forever, so they just, they're holding their cards still.
They'll probably eventually, you tell me. I mean, you do waiting for Nintendo.
Yeah.
But my prediction is, we all know that Switch 2 has been a drought. But wouldn't you also say that the last year of the Switch 1 was very rich, or even the last 2 years? It was remasters and.
I really think that they've just been kind of doing their thing. I don't know. They release a substantial game almost every month. It's just whether or not you vibe with that.
Aren't they all just Pokemons?
No, I mean some of them are Pokemons, but there was just a Mario Tennis. That's a thing. There was a
major game.
Metroid Prime 4.
Well,
I
that's
said
that's big.
I said substantial, not major. That's
Why do I never hear about Metroid Prime 4?
because people are too scared to admit they didn't like it, Frankie. It sucked. People aren't ready to cope with that fact yet. They just kind of think it's average, but no, it really sucked.
So therefore,
It sucked the big one, and it's just an uncomfortable topic, so it just gets dropped and nobody talks about it.
well, I mean, the thing was, announced 10 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. It was some development hell shit, and of course, the stories are being spun that it's actually the old studio's fault, and we just got saddled with their baggage. Developers are gonna spin the story that it's not because us that it sucks. It's because some other thing.
Yeah.
That's behind every bad game. There's a story. There's a developer doing an interview saying why it's not actually their fault.
Yeah.
Literally all of them. Every
Listen,
single
it's not
one.
Easy. I bet you it's not easy to make a video.
It's not. It's definitely not. But it's
or a
just
movie or much
you know
else.
how it is. You know how it is. Just passing the blame.
I'm sure. I wonder if Metroid Prime 4 was like an albatross around Nintendo's neck.
Oh, absolutely.
Where it was like, we announced this fucking thing, and really, we don't want to put a lot of effort or thought into it. We never should have announced it.
Yeah,
Now
exactly.
we're stuck. And maybe there's just an element of just
fucking shit it out.
put
already.
it out and let's move on.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what it felt like. To me, I mean, Hayden and I were on this pretty early because, even just from the trailers, we're like, wait a second. There's something very wrong here.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's what they're choosing to show, and it just didn't seem like they had much.
It was third party, right?
I mean, they slobbed it out, but I wouldn't call it third party.
But Metroid Dread was the game everybody liked.
Yeah, but that was also slobbed out.
It doesn't mean it's bad.
Yeah, exactly. But
Yeah.
they did a great job.
And everybody liked the Metroid Prime remaster.
Yeah.
I heard a lot of good things about that. Maybe
Well, all
just
they had to
DJ.
do there was just make the graphics better on a game that already exists. So
Yeah, they were like, I love this game.
yeah, exactly. They already liked it. So
Well, we certainly didn't see anything about Metroid Prime 4 at this place.
no, the Nintendo doesn't acknowledge that it exists. It's gone. It's over.
They're like I said, they're probably just relieved that it's behind.
Yeah,
them.
exactly. It's just
Like,
all
it's
right, we got it
released.
out. I think there are reports that because of how long it took, it might be the most expensive game they ever made, which would be hilarious because the thing sold so poorly it didn't even make it into Nintendo's annual report.
Wow.
It didn't even list. They didn't even chart it. Wasn't and they chart everything that sells at least 1 million. So
Damn.
yeah.
Well, so there was, of course, the giant Nintendo. There's a lot of other stuff we'll talk about, and you'll see in a video because, of course, we recorded. But there was a whole lot of Magic the Gathering.
Oh, that
and
was half the floor space was
Yeah.
people playing fucking Magic.
just tables of people
I
playing.
didn't even
that.
know that shit still existed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's huge, I guess.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. There was like a little D&D spot. We walked up to, I can't remember the name of the game. It was invented in the 1800s apparently, but there was this cool game with quadrants and circles on a platform, and you get little discs.
Yeah.
And you flick it with your fingers into
kinda
each
fun.
other.
Yeah,
And
it
it
was
was
fun.
kind of,
It was like curling
yeah.
Yeah.
It was like curling, but on a tabletop.
on a wooden table, yeah, and we're sitting opposite each other, and the thing that we're aiming for is in the middle.
And there was like a guy mediating it for us that was like very serious about it.
Yeah, I mean, you could tell it was his thing.
He's like, I fucking love this.
Yeah.
I thought the most appealing thing about it was how well the discs moved.
Yeah, they moved on that table really well.
There was
no,
there was like some salt in the ditches.
yeah.
And I was like, okay, it's you ever play air hockey in the air? There's not enough air.
Yeah, there was enough air on this.
There was enough air.
Even though there was no air, there was enough air.
Yeah. So that was fun. And we met up with Garrett. He got to film some of that stuff. It was cool to see him. He was having a great day.
Yeah, thanks for being our cameraman.
Yeah, thank you, Garrett. You were able to capture some good stuff. There's food everywhere, food trucks. We didn't eat.
No.
Fucking overpriced, and I'm trying to lose weight. But they had like cookies and ice cream and pork sandwiches and food trucks and pizza and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, maybe 20 minutes in, maybe more than that, 40 minutes in or something, I was like, listen, we're either going to see Justin Silverman or we're not.
Yeah, and then we just made our way over there.
And I said, yeah, we were like, he said he'd be by the arcade, which in a space like this,
The hell does that
I'm like,
mean?
what's the arcade?
Yeah.
Well, it turned out it was this kind of little, almost inconspicuous corner of the convention.
It wasn't even in the main room, like, because it's the way it's set up. There's one giant room with like 90% of the stuff, and then there's little hallways with like little conference rooms with like all smaller stuff in it.
Yeah.
And they were just in the hallway. They weren't even in one of the rooms. They were just in the hallway.
Right. Right. And it was great. I mean, because they had like, would you say like 20 cabs?
Yeah. They brought some stuff out.
They had turtles.
What a strange
X-Men.
business model they have, because it's like they just have their foot in everything. They're renting out arcades for conventions too. They're making some money from that.
Yeah, I guess they're just well connected.
To just like, I mean, it advertises their games, but like, I guarantee they got money to bring those arcade machines there, or else they wouldn't have done it.
So one of the more exciting things was we got to play about, a few minutes of the Toxic Crusaders game.
Yeah.
It was what I thought it would be.
We got to see footage of Simon Quest.
Yeah, so Jason and I are hanging out one night, and I'm like, remember that Castlevania one? And he's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I didn't remember it.
And I was like, they were going to make like a Transylvania Simon Quest. He's like, what are you talking about? And so we look it up on Steam, and it says like coming soon.
Yeah.
There's a trailer.
They haven't talked about it in like 2 years.
Since January 24.
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe it's dead. We show up to this booth.
It was alive and well.
You can pick up a poster for it.
We have a well.
Yeah, it's over there. It's right over there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they said if you sign up for the email list, you can get free posters. And in
I
fact,
didn't do that.
instead we just got the
I
posters.
just took one.
Well, at some point we became privileged guests of Retroware.
Sure.
But yeah, Phil Summers, artwork was there for the AVGM poster. We grabbed a couple of those. But we saw so there's like here's a bunch of arcade cabs, and there's a curtained area, basically like a big stand up that says Retroware on it.
Yeah.
And through the curtain you can see Ryan, and you can see Justin, and like there they are.
They're talking about something.
They're having a kind of a mafioso chat with one another, and so I was like, what do I do? Because we had DM'd. I said I'd stop by.
But eventually, you just asked.
And I told him, I said, Junt's not going to be here. But yeah, I walked up there. I was like, hey, would you mind telling Justin that like Frankie's here? And he's like, yeah. And I DM'd him, and he actually DM'd me like back right away. He was like, oh, that Frankie.
Yeah.
Because I think the guy was like, Frankie's here, and he's like, which Frankie? But then when we came back. Justin's repairing an arcade.
Yeah.
He was in the middle of like putting.
He's like on the ground doing stuff to it, some arcade thing. Yeah.
And I was like, hey, do you want any help? And he was like, hey, how's it going? We chatted for a moment, and then he was like, hey, do you guys want to see something cool? And he brought us back to the little curtained area. And what was on the other side of that Retroware stand was, of course, the AVGN.
The set that they do the pictures on.
Yeah. And yeah, it was a really nice printout of it, honestly.
Yeah, they splurged, man.
I think they already talked about this in a video, but he was like, this is a 1-to-1 of what's on that shelf.
Yeah.
He's like, these are, because I was seeing the stuff like the AVGN DVD sets and stuff, and I was like, oh, that's cool that you put in like some advertisements here. And he was like, no, that's literally what's on his shelf.
Yeah.
And I was like, how'd you get a high-res print of this? And he was like, well, literally, I took a photo of every single thing on the shelf, and then I, in very high res, put them all here and printed out that. I was like, oh, who did that?
Guy's a legend.
I was like, who did that? And he goes, I did.
Yeah.
And that's when Jason's like, Justin does everything.
He does do everything. He makes everything run.
Except himself. From one to another. But he was very, very nice.
Oh, of course.
And we had a really nice little chat, and that was that. And then we went on our way. Oh, and we got to take a couple cute photos together. And then not so long after, we start getting DM'd by Dylan from our Discord, and he's like, I almost fell on the ground when I saw Dan Olson.
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
Well, I told you beforehand Dan Olson was there.
Yeah. You were like Dan Olson's supposed to be here, and we were like, well, where is he?
We could.
And
I still can't believe where he was.
And he was like, the main lobby. I was like, what do you mean the main lobby?
Before you even get in.
He's like, when you walk in,
Yeah.
there's Dan Olson. And I was like, that can't be.
Yeah.
It just seemed wrong. We go back to the metal detectors.
As soon as you were in the door, immediately to the left before you're even in like the convention proper is a row of like YouTubers, and he was there.
Did you see any other YouTubers you recognized?
No, but they all had like bios behind them, so I'm guessing that's what they all were.
There he was.
Yeah.
And I walked up to the booth and I bought an I Don't Know Dan Olson t-shirt from him. He was mostly chatting with the guy next to me.
Yeah.
Who was like, this guy was talking about working for Lego or something. And this guy was really enjoying his chat with Dan Olson. So you couldn't interrupt it too much. But he saw me online. He stared at me for like right in the eyes for like a long time, like 15 seconds. And so it's possible. I was like, you know what? I don't think he knows who the hell I am. I don't think he knows anything about that video. And Jason was like, well, I don't know. When you talk shit, people tend to know.
Yeah, I think he saw it.
Maybe.
If you talk shit, people see it.
They actually watch.
I think so. Well, they're at least aware that it exists.
But you're aware it exists. Maybe you don't know the people involved.
Yeah, you're not gonna like photographically memorize everybody who did that, but you see it.
On the one hand, I'm like, here's a video that has millions of views. His video.
Yeah.
Therefore, he couldn't possibly keep up with the amount of commentary that surrounded it.
Well, he can't keep up with like literal comments on the thing, but he can keep up with if a video's in his home feed.
I was gonna say, that said, I don't think there were too many.
Yeah.
There were probably, 5 responses?
Yeah, I was going to say, there's not people aren't going to make videos specifically talking about your video, no even matter how big it is.
So the t-shirt sizes available for the I Don't Know Dan Olson t-shirts was you could get a 2X, a 3X, or a 4X, or a small. And I was like, I almost went for the 2X. And I was
Perfect.
like, I'll take a small. And so Nina's wearing it right now. She's like, oh, it's 100% cotton. And it was like only $15. And they were like, they gave me the one that was on the floor model one. And they were like, this is actually the last small that we have from the original run of these shirts. And I was like, all right, I'm sure my wife will love it.
Fun.
And then we kind of did like one more round of the convention. We saw there were a lot of rooms like off the main. So like Jason said, there's a giant expo hall. But then if you walk kind of the floors of the convention center, like the perimeter, there are a lot of like hotel rooms, hotel conference space. And those would be like, here's just a dark room where people are emulating Tetris and Mario Party. And a lot of strange shit like that, where it's like, here's like a bunch of like bad resolution.
Yeah. It was all like on a shitty like flat screen, like stretched, like all the retro games.
It was like, what?
Yeah, exactly.
I guess it's just hard to get.
You couldn't at least change the setting on the TV to 4:3.
Right?
Yeah, it was all just like fucking.
It does truly bother me.
Yeah, it's bad.
Here we are at this expo, and I'm like, we can't figure this out. But then there were some gimmicks. There's some like smaller company. There was one called, I don't remember, Amora,
I have no idea.
something like that. And the whole thing was like, there's this nozzle that sits right next to your nose, and it spits air at you.
Yeah.
And you experience the game through smell.
You smell the game.
Smell the game.
Smell-o-vision.
And
they
were like,
finally have it.
This is the guy. He was like, "Do you want to know what it's about? This is a super chill survival game.
Yeah.
A super chill, cozy survival game."
I think that's exactly what he said.
I was like,
Everybody's trying to be the super chill, cozy survival game right now.
I'm like, okay. And then like we smelled grass, clean air, mostly air.
Yeah.
I smelled air.
Yeah.
A little bit of barbecue.
I was trying to. There were like animals. I was trying to like say, oh, can I smell the animals? But they all run away, so I couldn't do that.
We kept trying. You had to control with ASD.
Yeah, it was a keyboard.
Yeah.
WASD.
WASD. We ran into some accessible hardware for
that was fun.
Driving cars.
I've only ever seen pictures of the Xbox controller with like the 2 black circles on it. Whatever the heck that's supposed to be.
Jason thought that like you had to pound on those 2 circles, when in reality there's
still a joystick. Yeah,
there's a joystick.
All right.
I'm trying to think what else was interesting. We saw Hyperkin. Well, everybody was dressed up like Frenchmen with a baguette.
All right. We saw probably 24 of them, and finally we're just like, what the hell is this?
And it was from
Expedition 33, which was like the consensus game of the year last year.
They were also all dressed up as Michael Myers. They were trying to break some record for number of people dressed up like Michael Myers.
I didn't see enough of them. There's
no way you broke it. I saw like 13.
Yeah.
I was like, you could probably fill the whole hall with Michael Myers if you really like.
Yeah, if you really wanted to break the record, yeah.
But I think the reasoning was that there's a new Michael Myers Halloween game,
Okay.
like a survival horror game that's Halloween.
All right.
And I was like, how come that has never existed before? That's a good idea.
This one on the Atari.
Yes, and of course the NES famously. Wait, is there one on the NES?
I don't think so.
No, sorry, the AVGN episode.
Yeah, you're thinking about the Atari one that AVGN did. Yeah.
And I'm thinking of Friday the 13th on the NES.
Yeah.
Survival horror, licensed survival horror in this day and age seems right.
Well, they did that that online Friday the 13th game. Oh, shit, that was probably like 8 years ago now, but it existed.
It was a big, I mean, there was a big Halloween, with a dilapidated house set and stuff. That was kind of cool. There's something else. Oh, yeah. Okay. We walk by, there were a lot of rooms that were dedicated to like inclusion, equity, neurodivergence, and this sort of thing.
Yeah.
And the reason we're laughing is because like Jason decided to just peek in on one.
Well, I peeked in on the quiet room.
It was called the quiet room. It was like, if you're overstimulated.
Yeah. There was like a whole log blurb about just like why you'd come in here, and it's just like be very quiet.
It's like, I'm overstimulated.
I opened the door, and not only is it dead silent, it's dark. It's a very dark room.
Yeah.
Where like you're almost stumbling over chairs and shit, and it's just that.
What? Oh yeah, it was so quiet.
It was just dead silence, just nothing going on in that room. And
he came out giggling.
I felt instantly uncomfortable. It was just that there were a lot of people in there too. You ever been in a room full of people where there's no attraction? You're not like looking at a screen or anything. It's just dark and quiet.
Yeah.
You walk into a room and there's 50 people that are doing nothing but sitting in the darkness saying nothing.
I mean, the thing that makes no sense to me is it's obviously you have the right to want to sit in silent darkness, obviously. There's no issue. I have no issue with this. To do it in that particular room, would be very hard fought.
It was in the most far-flung corner of this place. It was on the 3rd floor in the back corner.
Well, what it means is that you battled the traffic.
Yeah.
You battled the horrific parking situation. You waited in the insane line. You waited through crazy crowds. You paid $87 at least
to sit in a dark room.
I just don't really understand. I'm not following. I think like a quiet dark room would be better at home. I would think that the convention, by definition, would be the loud, social thing.
Well, sometimes you need a break from that.
Maybe it's that
your dirtbag friends dragged you to this stupid fucking thing, and you need a place to chill out.
That should have been in the blurb.
That's probably what it was.
Did your dirtbag friends drag you to this? Us too.
And here and sit in silence. I feel like you could at least get the same chill experience by going into one of the many rooms where there were just video games set up. Just sit down, and you don't even have to play the games. Just be there.
Those rooms were extremely chill.
They were pretty chill. They were pretty quiet.
Yeah.
They weren't dead silent, but they were pretty quiet.
But again, if you want to play NES Tetris in the quiet, normally you could. I would think you'd go to the convention to be stimulated.
Yeah.
Quite specifically.
Yeah, exactly. Same.
That's what it's going to do really well.
Yeah.
It's going to stimulate you. I was overstimulated. I left at some point. Maybe it is. Maybe it's to take a break. Maybe it's when you have that feeling of like, ugh, this is too much, and you would normally leave. Maybe you can go sit in awkward silence with strangers.
Then come back.
And then be like, I'm ready.
Refresh. Okay.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
You just nailed
it. Did we do anything? I think that's pretty much it.
That's all we did.
We had a nice time, but we on our way out, we kind of agreed we had just as good of a time at the North.
Yeah, I had just as much fun at the mall.
It was less crowded.
Yeah, it was less crowded.
And you had better finds.
I did. You're right. I didn't find a single thing I wanted to get at this convention.
Not with those costs.
I mean, there was a pretty cool chessboard that I thought looked neat, but I wasn't going to like buy one there.
You've been very Game Gear. Game Gear on the mind lately.
Oh, yeah. Well,
content brand.
Big problem with me right now is that I'm acquiring more shit like faster than I can make the videos.
Yeah.
I kind of need to stop and just catch up with the stuff that I've already bought.
Yeah.
And but I'm still like, I already have a lot of Game Gear stuff, so I still want to acquire more.
We've been talking about YouTube a lot over the weekend, and your channel has been on an ascent for I'd say like 2 years where you keep
slowly.
Yeah, your floor keeps rising.
Yeah.
You keep having, I'd say pretty much ever since the Sears video, would be like,
Sure.
that seemed to be like the start of it, where there was this kind of big breakout success, and then the Goodwill, and then
Yeah.
and then,
Some hits sometimes.
but the hit, it's like
Well, the story more recently has been the slow grow videos. It hasn't even been like the big hits. It's just been like a lot of cool projects that I've done over the last like 2 years have kind of all at once just like risen.
yeah.
That's what I'm riding on right now.
You were telling me the 32X one in particular.
That one just, it seemed like it set a fire under just a whole bunch of other videos.
But it makes sense, because if you enjoyed the 32X video, if you bring in a lot of new viewership and they enjoy that one, the likelihood they're going to enjoy all the other ones is very high.
Like I had hits before that, but they didn't necessarily translate that well to other videos that I've made.
Yeah.
Like the Sears one was completely unrelated. The Goodwill one was still pretty unrelated. And then even like the Hyperscan one, it's like, it's sort of related. And then the 32X one, it's like, yeah, this is kind of what I've been doing.
Hyperscan did really well.
It's got like 200 something, it's 270 or something.
That's pretty great.
Yeah.
I think the short shorts only has 300.
Yeah.
So Hyperscan's just going to
Getting there. It's getting there.
I mean,
what's funny though is I don't even like that video. I think that video sucks.
Why?
I already hate
What's bad about it?
I forgot to be funny. I just forgot to put jokes in.
You're just talking about the games.
I'm just straight up, just straight.
Do you think that some people might find it a funny video despite that?
Maybe. I don't.
Just the nature of the thing?
Yeah, the nature. And the games, maybe they speak for themselves.
Yeah.
I feel that way about some old AVGN episodes that everybody loves. And like, well, he didn't really write any jokes in this one. It's just kind of the game.
Sometimes it's just funny.
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes it's enough.
Like sometimes just talking about the Zool building on its own. Like
Exactly.
if all
The
you
Zool
did
building's
was,
funny.
If all you did was describe what happens in that level, it's fucking funny.
It's pretty funny.
You're like, okay, you play the whole boring ass game to get to this building, and the ghosts are unavoidable.
To get this impossible stage that you can't possibly beat, and guess what? When you lose, not if, when, you got to do the whole game again because it resets.
And I like that they go blah, 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 blah. And then when you finally die on the third one, it goes.
It just flashes. Yeah,
busted. It's like the game broke. It is just kind of funny inherently. Like no jokes required, just anger required.
Yeah.
Like I remember the Hyperscan one. I don't remember super well. I remember you played
That's because it wasn't that good.
You played like a Wolverine game, or like an X-Men fighting game.
Well, there was only 5 games released for it, and I finished all of them. That was the thing with that video.
The 32X one, you played a Spider-Man game for a while at the end, right?
That was the last game released for it. Yeah.
Right.
And it's a pile of shit. They just like shove. They're like, all right, the system's dead. Just whatever you're working on, just toss it out whenever we're done.
Well, I mean, the worst case scenario when you have a hit video, like a sleeper hit, is like, well, shit. That was some one-off, or my backlog is not going to be related to that in any kind of way, so it's not going to convert. So now in your so that's a really good situation to be in, because it'll actually, like, everybody who subscribed will be happy.
Even something weird like the Madden video, like that took you asked about that one, and it got more than more than half of its views have happened like this year.
Yeah,
and that video is like over a year old, I think.
Right.
So it was like pretty flat forever, and then it just like, oh, people want to watch this one now.
So between waiting for Nintendo, which has modest views, but lots of hours watched because of how much you put out. Between that and between the Jason Graves channel rising, it's been like a very good year for you as far as like just growth goes. Yeah,
it's been the best year so far. Yeah. I mean, if you include December as a part of this year,
and you've been on YouTube for how long?
Oh, 2015. That's when I started the channel.
Yeah. And you unlisted a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah, my first like 5 years, a lot of this shit's just unlisted.
Chess.
Yeah, I had chess videos.
I never knew that Jason was a chess guy, really. And he's like, how do you not know? Don't you listen to Waiting for Nintendo?
It comes up sometimes.
I was like, I'm not sure I'm like that tuned in.
It's a part of the deep lore. It's kind of like buried in the iceberg.
Right.
Somebody makes the Jason Graves iceberg. It's on a lower level.
Yeah.
I was a chess coach once. Do you know this?
No.
When I first moved to Florida, my uncle worked in an elementary school, and I had like nothing to do. And they needed a chess coach. They needed a babysitter. Yep. They needed... because it's an elementary school, but it was like 4th and 5th graders, and there was like a chess team, and the school district had a big tournament, and one of my kids won.
Yeah,
it was pretty cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I had nothing to do with it. He was just naturally very good. But
all you had to do was watch.
Well, yeah. Well, this was my master class coaching. I noticed that 2 of the kids were better than all the other kids, and I'm like, hey, you 2 are just gonna play each other every day. That's it. You're not shuffling. You're not playing other people. You're just playing each other.
Gloria has become fascinated by computers that play chess. She just thinks it's really interesting.
Yeah, it is.
And I was trying to tell her, I was like, well, because she was like, how is it a computer can beat you in chess? And I was like, well, there's a finite number of things you can do when playing chess, and the computer can see all of them.
Exactly.
So given that, how fast can two computer opponents play one another? Like how fast?
Well, what do you mean? Well, how good do you want them to be? Because they can play instantaneously, but that I don't know. They wouldn't be amazing players at that level, I'd imagine.
If you had two computers playing one, they're player 1 and 2.
There's actually a difference these days between old model and like AI model chess. I don't even know which one's better right now. I think the old model's still better than AI.
Yeah, you think something that's almost pre-programmed would be better.
Yeah. But the thing is, like with chess, there's so many like different positions. There's an almost uncalculable amount of different positions that it can't like literally know every single one. It just has an advanced algorithm to figure out what the best position is.
Well, it probably knows every move that it can make every round. That's easy.
Well, the ways that it does it is it will every single possible move that it can make, it will make it and then tree out like what the possible
like 5 steps,
and it will assign a score value to each move. And whatever has the highest like benefit to them is the move that they're going to make. And there's all sorts of different algorithms and stuff that you can do. Like the most famous one is called Stockfish. That's I think that's been like the best one for a long. Well, it's not the best one, but there's like ones that you pay for. That's the best like free one.
Yeah.
That it's better than like any Grandmaster though now.
Yeah.
So it just they steamroll all humans now. That's why cheating in chess is like a big thing these days. Which has actually risen. It has led to the rise of like faster time controls. Because classical chess, you get a long. You can play one game over the course of multiple days. This is like back 60 years ago, and you don't have to worry about cheating or computers, because like, how are you going to cheat?
Right.
Because there's no way to do it. But these days, it's like you just look up the move and just have a better one. So it's led to like people playing faster time controls now, because it's harder to cheat, and you get the whole game done in like one sitting, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, that's a good segue into what computers can do versus what they can't do, which is I feel like I don't fully understand your position on emulation.
What is there? I don't know what they're. Okay,
look. Before you start, I remember when we first started chatting a couple of years ago. You were like, "N64, just play it on a PC." There's a Mario RPG video of you just playing on your computer. Like I thought you were like the ROM guy.
I like ROMs.
Yep, but
they have a time and place.
Okay. Yeah, so what's your another thing to say? I feel like all the Ambernick stuff, all the handhelds. I
think it's super fucking lame. Okay, honestly.
So thank you. Go ahead, tell us why.
Well, I think just when I was 11 years old and I discovered that you could put every single ROM on a computer and play whatever you want, it was the best thing ever.
And you feel like that's that.
And I feel like that was that, but I've kind of.
But don't you think the form factor matters?
Well, I just play every game on like a TV. I don't care. Like I don't like handhelds.
Really?
And also I'm content brain, so I like to record everything, and it's easier to do with the console.
That's fair.
So.
But I mean, for me, I'm not playing games if it's not handheld.
My eyes are kind of bad. I can't do handhelds as well. And you're putting up with like inferior shitty like sticks. I like having the real good controllers.
Yeah.
I'm a real stickler for controllers. I like to be like as authentic as I can with those.
Yeah, we just saw a very nice video from you about all your controllers. I feel like I didn't get like what's your favorite controller of all time.
I mean, GameCube's good. The Atari paddle controllers, I think those are the only two I put on S. The Xbox Elite one, I think, is the best modern one.
Xbox Elite, if like as an all-purpose control, like
just like a controller you want for anything. But of course, they're $200, so
I think that Switch 2 controller.
It's really good. That's really good. Yeah, nice. That's a great controller.
And that, I think isn't that like $95?
Yeah, it's pretty expensive.
It's bullshit.
They're all the controllers are expensive, but they're also better now than they've ever been.
Yeah,
so.
True. I buy a lot of 8-bit though.
I mean, a big thing about emulation is like I get messages like this, like not even just comments. Of course I get comments, but I had somebody message me within the last month like, Jason, you don't have to buy a Jaguar. I already bought a Jaguar, by the way. He was probably listening to some old Waiting for Nintendo when this came up. You just emulate it all, man. It's fine. We don't care. And it's like, fucking fuck you.
Yeah.
I want to have the thing.
Well, again, it goes back to the hook.
Yeah.
Why am I watching this video?
Exactly.
If it's just to watch you play the same game that a lot of other people have played, but if you actually have
And people think that it doesn't matter, but it does matter. Even if it only makes it's only for some shots and it makes the video like 15% better. It's like that 15% represents more than that.
My question, when the channel was successful but less successful,
Okay.
I was like, how do you justify the cost? As it does the revenue always? How can you count on the revenue offsetting the cost of the consoles? Right.
Yeah, I couldn't. I think at this point everything has though, because everything's risen.
It worked out.
Like I got more views over time.
Well, you did what people do in business, which is you take a risk. And
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the Mr. Beast strat. He's just like, oh, I'm gonna take all the money from this video and put it into the next video.
Yeah.
That's kind of more or less where I was, but I don't know.
You bet on yourself.
What the fuck am I trying to say about emulation? I think that the mind isn't always rational, because if you just want the rational thing, like what is the best way to do this, then it's just like, yeah, it's objectively cheaper and easier if you just get a shitty controller and an old laptop and you put every ROM that has ever existed on it. And then there you go. You're set. You have everything. But it's like, I think the games are more than just the ROM.
Yeah.
It's like the thing you're playing on. It's the experience of like holding the controller.
Well, sure.
And
There's all that, and there's the charm and all the rest of it. But when we were playing Tetris, specific, I mean, of course, that was
bad.
I had bad emulation with a TV that was cutting in and
with
out.
like an LCD TV cutting in and out with two like controllers that weren't for it, and yeah.
But you were like, this would be a different animal on a regular SNES.
If we were at my house and we were playing that on my Super Nintendo, it would be a completely different thing.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I actually happen to agree.
I think what I like about just the whole world of just gaming and retro gaming is that it's as cheap or it's as expensive as you want it to be, and you can do it in like any way you want.
But we agree, I think, that upscalers are an intermediate that makes no sense. So either emulate to 4K, 1080, whatever, or play on a CRT. But the in-betweeny shit, the Hyperkin, I got a retro, a Retron 5 right there that's like collecting dust.
I wouldn't own an upscaler if I didn't capture footage for a YouTube channel. I would just play on my CRT.
Right.
That's the way I would do it, because I just think just composite video on a CRT looks perfect.
Yeah, I agree.
Can't improve upon it.
Yep, it looks really nice.
It's like I don't care about getting like slightly better S-video or fucking SCART.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that with like goddamn CRT. It's gonna look the same.
You played on my Dreamcast for.
Yeah, it looked great on your CRT.
I have that Mad Catz, or is that what it is?
You got a Mad Catz light gun.
Light gun.
Yeah.
Because the Dreamcast prohibited, or they discontinued the North American light gun after Columbine, and so that you have to buy it from, I guess, Japan or Europe. But you got to play a little House of the Dead. You play Confidential Mission.
You know what? Do you remember a few months ago we randomly found some like really low viewed channel, and you linked me a review of Super Mario Land? Do you remember this?
Yes, I do.
This guy was blabbing about Super Mario Land. It was just this. It was a bad video, whatever. It was no cuts, just a raw gameplay the whole time. Guy talking and not really saying anything.
Turned out he was part of like a big group.
Well, the point
of creators.
The point I'm getting at is there was a mouse cursor visible on screen the entire video, and it's like, does that matter really? Like the contents of what he's saying are they any less valid because it was no cuts, one shot with a mouse cursor on screen? I mean, I would say like it shouldn't, but it does. It definitely does.
It bugs me for sure.
Yeah, it's like I don't want to fucking have that shit. That's what emulation is. It just shows, you don't care as much about it.
Emulation is a mouse cursor
It's a mouse cursor just sitting on the screen, and it's never as easy as you think either.
Right.
There's always like some bullshit thing that gets in the way. Like you can say, oh, it's easier, oh, whatever this. And it probably is easier than like buying old shit and setting up old shit. But once the old shit is set up, like it's good. And at least that's a struggle that, that the people who originally played these games had to go through.
Something I talk to EJ about semi-frequently is 35 millimeter film.
Yeah.
And how I think that, like if you watch, like we watched some John Candy movies recently when we were talking on the podcast. They're all shot in 35 in the 80s. Nina every Thanksgiving watches You've Got Mail, the Tom Hanks romantic comedy, shot on 35.
Even just trash from the 90s looks better than just what's shot now because of just the technology.
Yeah, Mean Girls we watched. Yeah. It's on 35.
It's the purest form.
The original Freaky Friday. And there's actually a really amazing video that I saw a couple weeks ago by this. I don't remember what the channel's name was, but he did. It was like a 35-minute in depth. Like, here's why 4K transfers are bullshit. And it was basically because or really what he meant was when a movie was shot in 35 in the 90s or something like that, and it was edited with a digital intermediary, probably they don't have a 4K. Like, unless you went back to the film itself, you don't have a 4K transfer. And a lot of times they're upscaled or whatever.
Yeah.
It was a really good like technical demonstration of why that is. And I was like, man, this is really satisfying. And that you pay for 4K for Netflix and stuff, and it's totally useless. Or you buy the Blu-rays and it's totally useless. He was saying he was like, I think 99% of the 4K stuff is bullshit. But anyway, I was talking to somebody about this, and I was saying that like if you watch those 35 millimeter films, it's just different. It just is.
It is.
And he was like, no way. You could obviously put a digital filter on that stuff to make it look like 35.
Well, I think it's the same with emulation. It's like, oh, you could CRT filter the shit. CRT filters always look bad. Even when they don't really look that bad, they look bad.
I don't think it looks anything like the CRT TV.
Not normally.
The CRT TV feels like an old computer from the 90s.
Yeah.
It has a certain like, but I would, as a film guy, I would go even further and say, like, I think I've never seen a digital filter that can emulate.
No.
Because it's more than just a filmic look. I mean, it's more than just grain. And as I was thinking about it, I was like, well, for one thing, it's lensing. So you can't, like, there's no filter to change the lensing, right? That's an in-camera effect. There's the light relationship to like the kinds of lenses that they were shooting on. So I guess we're back to lensing, but obviously like film processing, maybe you could get there with a digital filter, but then I think this is kind of what you're talking about with emulation. There's the process of shooting the movie.
Yeah, it's completely different.
Having a giant 35 millimeter film camera with film that's going through it that's very expensive.
Yeah,
changes the way you make the movie.
Exactly.
And so like we were watching Mean Girls with Gloria for the first time, and there's like a Halloween party. I think there's like a house party. And it's all high key lighting because when you're indoors, when you're shooting indoors at 35, you need a lot of light to pass through the camera. Like, you can't be shooting low light. So with digital, you're going to shoot low light probably because the cameras can handle it. They can see everything. And so that's why you get some of that gray muddiness a lot of the times. This is like, it's like key lighting in the middle of like a nighttime scene indoors. And the camera's heavy. And so you're not doing a lot of handheld. You're not doing a lot of like whipping the camera around. So there was probably, even though this was a crowd scene, there was a lot happening and it was indoors. It was like 3 setups. It was like, like and a lot of the, like, for like more attractive people, the photography, like they would, like, especially like the women subjects and stuff, it was like portrait photography, you don't see that now. So the medium dictates a lot of the creative process, I guess.
I think animation was hit the hardest by that, honestly, because like once animation went digital, it's like, why this sucks now. I don't want to see this shit ever. I don't know. There's something to it when you had to draw a picture every time.
Well, it's a whole different
changed
thing.
Exactly. It changed everything. Yeah. But now you can just like have a computer graphic and move it around the screen, so everything's like just effects and zippity doodahs. And
I remember when they made The Princess and the Frog, and they were like, we're going back.
Well,
and I was like,
they can try, but they don't have the vehicles in place to do it anymore.
Yeah, it's just like, it's just too impractical to hand animate. It's just too ridiculous.
Yeah.
Obviously that's why people are freaked out by AI. We're never going to go back, are we?
No.
Remember when they lost like the art of puppetry? Like,
yeah.
Obviously Team America and stuff happened, but like, I'm thinking of Yoda.
Okay,
in episode 1, like, they fucking couldn't do Yoda. Like, he looks weird.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was like, I think they forgot how to do puppets. I think they knew in the 80s and they forgot. Because, like, why, nobody does.
A skill that just got lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what happens. Or like, I was giving you a tour of my school, and they had a Steenbeck.
It was cool to see. It was great to see.
Steenbeck flat. What do you call it? Tabletops, where you spool the film and you edit and you splice and stuff. And I was talking about the process in the 90s where they would do a digital intermediary. They would edit like on a 240p, computer, and then a cutter would then look at the editing decision list and cut it, manually. And I was like, you want to know who can fix these fucking things? The one 94-year-old guy from New York can come out and fix these things, because there's just no market for it otherwise. All right.
We can bring this back to games. We can take that a little further. It's the difference between like playing the Toxic Crusaders game and playing Turtles in Time.
Right.
Something gets lost when you're a modern thing just trying to be the old thing. Because the approach is different.
Yeah, when you're just literally like the tribute thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's what...
Well, even something like when they... Okay, so you wouldn't care about this reference, but when they made Dragon Quest XI, they also made a shitty 2D version of Dragon Quest XI that was supposed to be like the Super Nintendo games. And it's not. Like, they tried, but it's not like the Super Nintendo games, because the Super Nintendo games were them trying to squeeze the best out of an ancient like thing, and it come with all the like quirks and stuff out of that. This is just like, okay, here we already made a game that was designed in 3D. Let's just make it shitty now. Yeah. Let's just downgrade it. And just the process and just the approach is completely different. You end up with a completely different thing that doesn't feel right.
So if we agree that everything is reheated now, or kind of like commodified or done in some shortcutty way that kind of like undercuts the creative process, can we think of anything that's artistic that's happening right now that like people like Gloria are experiencing that is the real McCoy? That's like, we're going to look back 30 years from now and be like, well, you know what? In 2026, they were doing that properly.
They had better TikToks now.
Yeah. It's
well, look, AI just kind of started. I mean, who knows? In 30 years, it might just be like, that's half of everything.
I wonder if we ever will, or if it was too short of a time, will we ever be nostalgic for early AI, really early AI?
Probably.
Yeah, there's a little something for everybody.
Maybe it didn't last long enough to be truly nostalgic over, but like people are nostalgic over PS1 graphics, and that was only a few years.
Oh yeah,
so
they're making games with PS1.
Yeah,
remember
exactly.
That, like Murder Cart or whatever. It's like PS1
there's a whole bunch
graphics.
of them. Yeah, there's a ton you can name. They're just endless.
I'm not into it personally.
It depends on the game. I've seen it done well. Like Yonoid 2, you know about that game?
Yeah.
That game's good.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough. I just play boomer crap. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, this underlies a fundamental difference in the kind of games that we play and the kind of gamers that we are, and like why you would be like emulation handhelds are cool, and I would be like no, the old thing, because you just want like quick, fast shit.
Yeah.
And I want to like play a game all the way to the end.
So you want
and like
the
really
richest
like
possible
and really
experience.
like think about it and really like like write about it and make a video about it. That's my bag. When you're just like, all right, well, I played that for 15 minutes. Let's move on to the next thing.
Yeah.
And when you're playing on a real system and like a real game, it just it invites actually like getting to know that thing a lot better.
For sure. Yeah. That's why I think like physical media has made such a return, which is like I just want to actually like make some kind of commitment to this thing.
You and the Laserdisc, exactly the commitment.
Yeah.
It's like if I put a cartridge into my Super Nintendo, I don't want to take it out and put another one in.
Right.
I'm just going to keep it in there for 2 weeks.
Yeah. The more supply you have, the more
easier it is to just deviate.
The more devalued it becomes.
Exactly.
Yeah. I sometimes wonder if like people are going to go.
Well,
back.
It's another abstraction. You said this about cash and like credit cards, where it's just it invites another layer of abstraction. It's no longer an object. It's just a ROM and a folder.
Yeah, I was saying that I remember being like 18 or something, having my first debit card.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
And I remember being like, oh, I can, because I had a few bucks in the bank, and I was like, I can use this card to spend those dollars that are over in the bank.
Yep.
And that's great, because like I didn't have cash on me right now, so I can get that done. But I think that even if I had cash on me at the time, because I had such little money, I would have been like, well, I'm not ready to like.
Yeah, you're not going to part with this.
I'm like, this is a physical thing. I'm not ready to hand it to you and lose it forever in exchange for that. It was just another way to, our monkey brains relate to things that are like when they're physical, they're more real somehow. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I used an ATM and I got $200 in cash out and I didn't spend any of it. I made 2 purchases when I've been with you and I used my card for both of them.
Yeah.
So
I was kind of happy that you were more open to like buying something for your channel. Because normally, when I'm shopping with John, he's always like very resistant to buying things. And
oh,
like,
no. I am always on the lookout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now it's like I said, it's all like business write-offs, or it could be.
Oh, it could be. If I figure that out.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I'm so glad that the channel is doing better. It was always doing well, but it's like it's just so.
Yeah.
And it's good too because like you're not having to rely on like of course you have to come up with topics that people already are familiar with, but
yeah.
You're not doing drama. You're not talking about other people. No. Stuck in that fucking trap.
Well, I'm not just doing like listicles. I mean, I'll do like listicles. I like putting numbers and titles in videos, but I feel like the list isn't the point of videos, even when I do them.
We were talking about like in Hayden's case, your co-host, HBR Shredder on Waiting for Nintendo. like the superpower, the sort of the mantelpiece of his videos is the polish, the presentation and the style. It's what elevates it from another commentary video to something, and he's directing more attention toward the game through that polish and through that like extra effort.
Absolutely.
And I think like what makes you
he buys the game in Japanese and plays it on a Famicom.
Right.
And he goes even further than I do.
right.
Because I will emulate stuff. Like if it's thematically relevant for a thing, or like, a Super Nintendo RPG costs $200, I'm gonna emulate it.
Yeah.
Because that's just the way I am. I priced out, even in my N64 video, which was pretty recent, like I priced out buying all the games and it was 700 something bucks, and I'm like, I can't bite the bullet on that. Not
It's
for
too
this.
much.
I can do the concept with my EverDrive.
Yeah.
And I'll just buy Superman, and I already have Quest, so that's 2 out of the 8. I guess that's good enough.
I remember you used to say you sold off your NES collection.
Yeah.
Do you, when you buy this stuff for one video and it's all content related, do you ever sell it back, or are you like,
I should. It'd be the smart thing to do, but I haven't yet.
do you like having the collection?
I do. Dude, I'm a hoarder. I hoard shit.
I mean, it's cool to have a collection.
Yeah. I get attached to stuff that I do videos about.
Yeah.
Like irrationally.
Or you're like,
Because
that's from that video.
This is an old I remember I had an old conversation with somebody in like 2018, one of my YouTuber friends, and I'm like, man, I would never sell any game I reviewed. He's like, really? Every single time I do it. Fuck it, I'm done. I'm like, well, I think they're both. I mean, he's the more rational and valid person in this, but I just get attached to it. It's like a part of me now.
That would be like the more business minded thing to do.
Yeah.
But also, you happen to love video games.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
yeah,
I get
right.
attached to it. I'm like, man, I remember when I reviewed that, and I want to remember that.
Yeah, that's from that video.
Like, because there was a time, like, before my channel started doing well, that it was doing very poorly for, like, October and September or whatever last year.
Oh, was
And
it really?
Oh, it was doing horrible, yeah. It was. I thought I was going to be done. I was just like, well, shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, I'm hanging it up?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'd probably make videos in some form, but,
Right.
I would be, like, I was ready to go to work at, like, McDonald's or some shit.
Yeah.
And I don't know, then the channel started doing well, so I didn't have to do that. But I did sell quite a few games just those months because I didn't have enough money. And yeah, where the fuck was I going with that?
Well, you were talking about whether or not to sell games.
Oh,
And
right.
keep them.
I was gonna sell like the hyperscan and stuff, but now I didn't have to. I'm glad I didn't have to, but
Yeah.
I feel like I can't at this point because it's like, shit, I'm the hyperscan guy. I can't not have a hyperscan.
Yeah, it's funny. It's like the if that video performed really well,
Yeah.
you're like, well, now I'm the hyperscan guy.
Yeah,
If it
exactly.
had been a bomb, maybe you're like, fucking sell this
Yeah.
thing.
Well, and if I sold it, I wouldn't have had it for the controller video,
Yeah.
so I guess I got a little more juice out of that lemon.
When you come to the house, I see the house in different, in a different set of eyes. Like if you were new, what would you see? It's kind of funny because like looking around, like this room upstairs, like in every corner is something that from the show. Like, oh,
Yeah.
that guy and that
Yeah,
guy and that
exactly,
guy and that guy.
exactly.
Like it's so much stuff. Thankfully, I don't think it's cluttered. Thankfully, we always kind of figure out ways to put like feature things or put them in storage.
I would say clean but cluttered. That's how I describe
Yeah, maybe
your
a little.
space.
Well, certainly this area.
yeah.
I think the office is okay.
The office is better, yeah.
Yeah. Well, a lot of stuff's on the wall.
Yeah.
We didn't have those new shelves last time you were here, right? The ones with the laser discs. That's all.
Those shelves were there, but the laser discs were not.
The shelves were already there.
I think so, yeah.
I thought bookshelves were there, but then we put up wall shelves.
It's possible. I
Yeah.
guess I wouldn't
was a
remember
while
it that
ago.
well, yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the case.
Okay.
Because we needed someplace to put the.
There
laser
was
discs.
something there. There was not a blank wall.
I love the laser discs.
The
Fucking
laser discs are awesome. We watched some Beavis and Butthead, and it was a delight.
It was really nice.
I don't know if I'm going to jump in and have a whole collection, but the discs themselves are easy to get. It's just the players, right?
Well, what you could do is get like Dragon's Lair and that kind of shit.
Oh, and do games. Laserdisc games.
Yes.
Oh, boy. Yeah, maybe.
If you want an idea, that would be really fun.
It kind of would be.
Now you would require. What would be required?
I don't freaking know. I
Not-
don't know how that stuff works.
Not an actual arcade. Hopefully, is there any way to?
I don't.
No, we'd have to
I
look
don't
into
know.
it.
Yeah, I don't know. I've bought too much stuff, and I've got a backlog of videos that I need to make with the stuff that I bought. So.
I mean, the reason I like the laser disc is because of the album art. That's the truth.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. Well,
It looks
it's
good on the-
It's the same appeal as a vinyl record, but it's movies.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they look pretty good. They have a stable image,
Yeah.
unlike VHS. But in reality, DVD is what you want.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing because I have the 5-disc changer, and that
Yeah.
thing's awesome.
Yeah.
That thing's amazing because it just goes to the next disc.
Right.
You can plop in the whole Family Guy season. You don't have to get up every 2 hours to change it.
I mean, one might say that the same could be done with streaming, but
Well,
fuck
yeah.
all that. Fuck all that.
Yeah, and then I can not watch the Michael Jackson Simpsons episode, and it can be stretched and blurry and
True.
crap.
Did you notice when we watch Simpsons upstairs?
Yeah, it's I did. Of course, I noticed. It's 4x3. Those are the real rips. You got those, yeah.
Those are the 720s.
Yeah.
That's your best bet.
Where's there a 720 version of these?
On torrents.
Okay, you just like found it online.
I found them.
Okay.
Yeah, I found them. And as a matter of fact, because we cut in Simpsons all the time on our content.
That's where you get it from.
Every time. It was occasionally an editor will grab it from YouTube or something.
I think it was the last time I edited a clip for you. I sourced an episode of South Park from one of my DVDs. I actually ripped it. Yeah. You talked about an episode of South Park, and I actually ripped the episode.
Damn, that's cool.
Because I have a bunch of South Park seasons now. And I'm like, oh, I wonder if I have that one. I did.
That's one of those shows where there's the original run of DVDs, and I feel good about those.
They fucked them.
And then like the new kind of like seasons 1 through 7, like in a box. Those are now the widescreens.
It's awful. I hate it.
It's not for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I do think it's actually kind of cool that, like, because unlike Simpsons, where your only option, because it was hand-drawn animation, your only option is to zoom in and upscale. At least with South Park, they went back to the original.
Yeah, they reanimated them, which is way better, but I still want to see them in 4x3.
Yeah.
If they're the old episodes, if I can choose.
You know what that reminds me of is when you emulate GameCube in 16:9.
You're right.
It's the same concept, which
It
is
is
like, well,
kinda
there's
like
a
that.
3D environment here that you could render out.
Exactly.
I mean, I think playing Double Dash in 16:9 and 1080p is fucking cool. But
It is cool. I mean, if I'd given the choice, though, I'd rather play it on a CRT.
Well, sure.
I guess it depends if I'm playing with other people, because the screen's so much bigger with the widescreen. If I'm playing 4 players, I think I'd rather split screen that on a big screen. But
yeah, well, that's the thing. You're just back to like, if I have a GameCube and it's composite, and am I connecting that to a 65-inch television? No. So what are my best options? Or if you're playing handheld, I prefer it that way. Okay. Well, that's probably about it, isn't it? We had other. Well, I don't know how long we've been going.
We can go in an hour 30.
An hour 40. Yeah. We had other topic ideas. Let's see.
What are they? Do you remember them?
There was a lady decade thing. We don't need to be doing that.
We don't have to talk about lady.
She's just had so many grifts over the years, and we're kind of interested in all of them.
I think we'd have to do a little bit of research on that, because I'm not going to remember all of them off the top of my
you talked
head.
a little bit. We can talk about this just for a moment. We talked a little bit about time management over the weekend, and like perfectionism.
Yeah.
And we also talked about searchability a little bit.
Okay.
Like you were telling me, and I think you're totally spot on. Like the concept of, hey, I got to make a video that people will search for.
Yeah.
Is a dead
red herring.
It's a dead concept.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything.
Right. Instead, in reality, in 2026, if somebody's watching YouTube, they probably have a YouTube regimen. They probably have a schedule. They probably have their favorites. They probably have a home screen that's already well curated for them. And how is it that your video is going to show up in their life? Why are they going to be taken away?
Yeah.
And the answer is
not because they searched for it.
If it shows up on their home screen and intrigues them.
Yeah.
So it's really all about like a hook. It really is about the hook. It's not about everybody's searching right now for movie reviews about Mario Galaxy movie or something.
That's why whenever anybody recommends or like suggests like, hey, you got to do a timely thing to like ride that, and it's like that doesn't help. Like when Virtual Boy for Switch came out recently, I had more than one person like blowing me up like, oh dude, I bet you got a big Virtual Boy thing coming. I bet you got a big Virtual Boy video ready, and I'm like, no.
Well, now that you say it, I actually do wonder. Like, if you gave it the Jason Graves, because if Hayden's superpower is the polish, I think your superpower is the authentic console plus commentary. Like,
sure.
you tend to, I think you dig hard for the something that's been unsaid about something, and if it hasn't been,
that's my goal.
And even if it has been said, you're going to figure out some angle where you're like, no, I really played it though. And
examine why people say it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that a lot.
So I think that's what makes somebody get to the end of the video and then want to watch another one.
Yeah.
And so I wonder, like, if you gave it that same treatment and Virtual Boy was on their mind because of the new release, could that have an amplification effect?
I don't know. I don't really think, because it's just like, I don't think it matters, honestly, because it's not like a search thing, as I said.
Right.
It's not like everybody's typing in Virtual Boy and it's going to drive a bunch of traffic.
True, but something has to decide whether or not it shows up in their home screen.
I don't, just whenever I've tried to like trend hop and like do whatever the current thing is, it just doesn't work.
It just doesn't work.
It just does. Yeah, it's never worked for me.
I find that I don't know why, but if I have the gumption to look for, like, I just want to watch one quick review on the Ein Thor or something,
Okay.
you know, like some new handheld. Fucking, it's not that I'll suddenly get recommended a billion
Different kind of channels. If their shtick is like doing current technology, then
Yeah, true.
If you're Retro Game Core, right? I imagine he just gets every new thing that gets released.
He does,
and
every
reviews it,
single thing, yeah.
So he you go to look for. That's probably even how you learn about most of them.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's what this is kind of newish, like last 6 months. You search for one of those.
Yeah.
All my recommendations in shorts will be 1 minute reviews of each of those.
Interesting.
So like suddenly I get bombarded by like very topical shorts.
Yeah.
I've also noticed, this is interesting. I've noticed this for years. Maybe you have too. I get recommended different videos, different genres, creators, whatever, based on the television that I'm watching on. The kitchen TV gets different recommendations than the bedroom TV. And the phone gets different recommendations from, and different times of day. Where I'm
Really?
like, yeah, I'm like, oh, I'm driving home, you know, I'm on the train, whatever. It's like, oh, for some reason, every time I'm on the train, it thinks I want to watch this.
Is it that smart?
I think it is.
Huh. Interesting.
I think it's like, oh, he's on his commute.
I've never thought about it.
Well, like when we're at the kitchen table, like Gloria and I will sometimes watch stuff on the kitchen TV, and I think that it's like when he's logged in on this TV, it tends to be this kind of content.
Interesting. Maybe.
Yeah.
That's very entirely possible. I can't say I've noticed anything like that. Maybe my habits just don't change enough between devices.
Yeah, true. And I have reasons to change it. Like,
Yeah.
you know, the gym TV, it's different stuff. And yeah, I think different times of the day. I really believe that there's some kind of like browser cache
I'd believe it.
thing going on with that.
Because I do watch on different devices. Like I'll watch on my phone quite a bit. That's usually when I'm like driving. And then like on my Xbox and on my laptop. I guess those are the places.
Sometimes I'm like, how is it that the algorithm is like this fucking stupid? They're like, all it can do is just hand me the same thing over and over again. Like you watch like one
yeah.
WWE thing and it's like, oh, it's just WWE from this point on.
Yeah, as long as you keep clicking. If you don't for a couple days, it'll go back.
But every once in a while, like on some platforms, I get like an algorithmic sweet spot. And I'm there with Instagram for some reason. For some reason, Instagram is like, everything it serves me is funny and interesting and on point.
I've never dealt, like I don't know. I didn't even know there was a search thing on Instagram. Like you can just watch shit. I never understood the platform. I don't know.
Well, you know, it started out as like, it's just your photos.
That's what I thought it was. I thought that's what it still was.
And then that turned into, well, it's also video.
It's like, I know it's got like the TikTok thing now.
And then the video turned into, well, actually it's portrait video. And so it's TikTok.
Yeah.
And of course it's owned by Meta. And so it has to directly compete with TikTok. And yeah, if you press, it's like every platform. Like if you even,
Well, Instagram's the reason my dumb glasses only record vertical videos, because they're made to be posted directly to Instagram.
oh, it only does.
It actually is a little bit of a hassle to get them off those stupid glasses and into like my computer, because they expect you to just put it on Instagram.
Right.
Yeah.
We went into the convention today without a great filming plan. We were
Yeah.
kind of just like, whatever, we'll
Just
do it with
phones and this handheld mic that I'm holding right now.
I think we knew, we were like, the audio is going to be terrible if we don't have some kind of microphone.
Yeah.
And thank God we did, actually, because I think it would have sounded really bad. That sounded really good.
Yeah, it sounded fine.
That's a Zoom H2N. And as a matter of fact, that's the microphone that I was recording into in the Shorts video. That's why I used to be. And then
More you know?
when things went well or better with the podcast, I bought this guy. And I've never looked back. I like this guy.
I very recently upgraded my mic. I had the same AT 2020 from like 2020 to like a few months ago. Mm-hmm. So
Yep.
now I have the one that everybody has. I have the SMB 7.
Yeah.
Except for you, apparently. I thought you had one of those, but you don't. You have like a different model.
Oh, this is the M7? I'll tell you right now.
I have the B7. I think it's the SMB7. That's what I have.
MV7. Sure, MV7.
It's all 7 for some reason.
7.
Yeah.
I knew a kid growing up in high school. He would. This will stick with me the rest of my life. We'd be in algebra 2, and the teacher would like put it out to the class, she'd be like, and so therefore the answer would be. She's like trying to walk us through it, and there'd be a pregnant pause. Nobody really knows the
always
answer.
go 7.
And this one kid with a lisp would always go 7. And the answer, it was never 7.
I bet it was really funny the one time that year that it was actually 7.
7. So we made fun of this one poor kid. He was way cooler than us, by the way. Like, but and I know him to this day, actually. But yeah, every time we if we wanted to quickly impersonate him, we go 7.
The 7 guy.
7. There was another kid in chemistry. He used to always he had this little like giggle, and like he was really smart, and he always knew the answer. It was a little bit annoying.
Yeah.
And he had this little. His giggle was like.
I can't even do it.
It kind of sounds like, Mike Judge always talks about how his inspiration for Beavis was there was a kid in class that was like drawing. He was like,
it's like drawing 2 circles. It's a butt.
And he was like, actually, he wasn't like a dumbass the way Beavis is. He was like, he was like a geek, like he was like a smart kid, but he would like bite his bottom lip and go.
Beavis is very geeky despite being a dumbass.
Right. That's an excellent point, actually. And we were analyzing that too. We were like, Butthead became so much funnier.
Yeah, when he was smarter.
Or when he became more like enlightened, maybe is a better way to put it. Like, because in the early days he was like, whatever, dude.
Yeah.
He was more like a dumb bro.
Yeah.
Or a dumb like skater guy.
Yeah.
And then at some point he became more enlightened. At some point I like when he grabs a piece of paper from Beavis that Beavis was analyzing. And he goes, let's see here.
Like he's going to do the hardcore analysis here.
He's got this confidence about him. Like the relationship is that Butthead's very smart and Beavis is very dumb. That's the way that the two of them, I think, see the situation.
But it's not true. They're both just as dumb as each other.
Yeah, or maybe there's a delta of like this much. But I do think they are both slightly more clued in the newer ones, and it makes it
funnier.
Just having them be this much smarter is funnier. Just a little bit more intelligence. But we were really cracking. We were watching old episodes and cracking up.
Oh yeah, it was like really early ones too. His Laserdisc was like season 1 stuff.
Yeah, it was like best of.
Yeah,
those that collection can't be beat because Laserdisc only put out good movies.
Well, it can be. I would take the DVD collection over it only because there's way more episodes. Even though the Laserdisc had ones.
Oh, that particular one. What I meant is the entire Laserdisc library. I have
oh yeah, because there's just
filled with great movies.
You're right. If we were at the game store the other day and the DVD rack, I bet it was all trash.
Right.
And you go to any like random DVD selection, it's all trash. It's not the way with Laserdisc. I'll bet.
No,
you'll find some bangers if there's a stack of them.
I think you can walk up to mine, pull out any one without looking at it, and be like, "It was a great fucking movie."
Because they knew only the good movies are what people are going to buy on this.
We talked because I have this big DVD collection.
It's just rich people,
and we talked about that a little bit. Where we were like, think about because I used to have friends who would like as a lark for birthdays. They would go to Newbury Comics, they go to the clearance section, and they'd buy like a shitload of stupid movies and give me a big bag of them. And it was like kind of fun to get a giant bag of DVDs, but they were all crap.
Yeah.
And I ended up throwing out or donating like most of them. I think I remember they gave me like Tango and Cash, so I was like, I'll keep that. Or maybe like a few B movies or something. But mostly they gave me like joke DVDs. And I was like, even though I have a big DVD collection, and my DVD collection does not need to, it's not as though every single piece needs to be a movie that I'm like ready to watch at any time. Like I can even have movies that I don't like in the collection. You know what I mean? Is that you?
Yeah, that's the ESPN app.
Oh, wow. Something sports related just happened. It's the first time that's ever happened in this room. But I think like you can't have a collection that's polluted with intentionally bad things because it becomes like not a collection at all.
Oh, exactly. It's just crap.
But video game collections off like right, you're gonna have crap in there.
It depends. I mean, I feel like mine's really well locked down because I've purged enough times. And when I purge, I keep the good stuff normally. Right.
We talked about 3DO, not 3DO, Neo Geo a little bit.
We did.
And you were like not feeling it. But Retro Bird showed us, he said, there's a 20 really good Neo Geo that are better than Nanners.
All right. The Neo Geo is cool for the time because it was arcade perfect, but I'm well documented. I don't really like fighting games or shooters, and that's the core diet.
Well, except they have some great running guns, which you do like.
Yeah, I'll enjoy a running gun. I'll enjoy adjacent things to it sometimes.
Shoot 'em ups and fighting games. I mean, that's a lot of TurboGrafx too.
Yeah, but I was able to find the library in itself of TurboGrafx is like 1,000 games if you count the Japanese ones.
I mean,
so.
Doom Troopers, Sengoku, and the Metal Slugs alone, I think, are like that's pretty fun.
I'd have to examine, like, maybe the video would be all non-fighting game and shooter Neo Geo games.
Because I simply don't like.
And I'm left with like 30 of them. Maybe.
It's always interesting when a gaming review channel like yours or Scott the Waz's has an entire genre that the creator doesn't even care about.
Most people understand this, but there's a really stupid 20% that doesn't and complains about this and just doesn't get that that's the joke. Because like in the TurboGrafx one, I just pretend that shmups don't exist. Or, like when it naturally comes up because it's half the library and because it will, I just like sandbag it. And there's like just some comments just don't get it.
Yeah.
Or some people like messaging me just like don't understand that it's a gimmick. Like
so they're just being super literal. They're like, but what about the shoot 'em ups?
Yeah, exactly. I'm just like, come on. You either get that I'm not going there or you don't.
I mean, I feel like GameSack has genres that he's just totally out.
But also, it's like, what the fuck am I going to say? Like about shooter? You shoot stuff.
Yeah, you press
That's it.
You press A a
That's
lot.
my review of every single shooter. You shoot stuff.
Yeah.
Move correctly, don't die. That's it.
Have you ever played a shoot 'em up that you were like, okay, this is kind of cool?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them are kind of cool. I appreciate the visuals. It's just I don't like playing them.
Did you ever get into Eartheon, that new one?
No, not really.
Did you try it?
No.
It's really good.
You either play it on easy and you breeze through it and you don't care, or it's too hard. There's no like. I don't like overcoming the challenge of getting good at a shoot 'em up because you just fucking gotta memorize the shit.
That was something else we talked about over the weekend. Was there's such a big difference between somebody on the internet being like, hey, have you heard of this? Or hey, have you tried this? Or hey, will you do this? Somebody like messaging you or commenting.
It's annoying when that happens, but in person, I'm fine with it.
In person, it's like a totally different thing.
Yeah.
It's just like two people chatting about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you ever see me in person, ask me if I played literally any game ever, and I'll be happy to talk about it. But if you leave a comment, then I'm not going to respond, and I don't care.
Why do you think it's different? What makes it different? Because I agree, by the way, but I'd have to like think about.
Well, a lot of times they could do their own research and find out, hey, he's already reviewed this, or hey, he hasn't reviewed.
Maybe
this.
because online it feels like a reflexive, like, I need to.
It needs to be more substantial to like reply, right?
Like I don't have a response really.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like comments and stuff where it's just like I got nothing to say to that.
Yeah.
The answer would just be no. Period.
Right.
That's the whole.
It's harder to have a conversation.
Yeah,
about
exactly. It's not a great. It's like you really need to make a point, I think.
But you're not gonna like sit there typing out like, well, I don't really care for that.
I'm also not like I'm not a guy who goes around and comments on videos normally, unless I have like a succinct actual thing to say to it.
I've probably outside of my own videos, like in replies and stuff, I've probably commented on fewer than 10 videos lifetime.
It's more than that for me, but it's not that often.
Very uncommon.
Yeah.
Extreme. Well, that's not true. Maybe I should also discount like Scotty and like you.
Yeah, for
like,
friends.
Friends.
Okay.
You know, because that's almost like messaging.
Yeah.
So like unsolicited, you have no idea who I am. I'm commenting on your video.
Yeah.
Probably like fewer than 10 lifetime. Like it's not, first of all, I'm watching on TV most of the time.
Yeah, it's
so I'm not like gonna like go out of my way to leave a comment, and normally like the thing that inspires you to leave a comment is something critical, and then it's like, well, I'm not really here.
Good point.
I'm not really
it's like, do I really want to dunk on this person?
I'm not really here to give you shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm probably just gonna move on because I have other things to do today.
Yeah.
Besides like talk about this video.
Or if there's like an opinionated thing where I'm just like, well, I actually have the opposite opinion, I'll give that, I guess.
But a lot of people do take the time to make a positive comment, and I don't really do that either. I generally just don't comment at all.
Thanks for the positive comments, everybody.
Yeah, hey, thanks.
Thanks for the negative comments too. You know what? I'll thank you all.
Hey, it's all engagement.
Yeah, it's all the same. It's just another number.
You're all just numbers.
Yeah, you just made the number go.
But if you were in
one.
person, it'd be cool.
Yeah, if you were in person, it'd be really cool.
Because you could actually have a conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess like because we were talking about there's the thing where somebody watches and they're like, but you forgot to say. There's that thing.
That's the worst. You're not going to say everything. Nobody's going to say everything.
But sometimes they don't mean anything negative by it. Sometimes they're just like, oh, that like that.
This is another part in my videos where they don't get my shtick a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Is to not say the most obvious thing.
Like there's a joke behind.
Like, yeah, I left out that because everybody fucking knows that.
Somebody should tell Hayden that Doki Doki Panic is actually Mario 2. I wonder if anybody even. I wonder if there's even one.
There's
comment.
there's like 2 unironic ones, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, well, actually,
then we laughed our asses off at them.
that is really funny. For the uninitiated, Hayden from Waiting for Nintendo made he made a really great hour-long video reviewing Doki Doki Panic for the Famicom.
Yeah.
And not once did he mention. I think
Nope.
there was one wink.
Yeah, there's one like veiled reference, but not.
He doesn't mention.
He
Mario
never
2.
mentions Mario 2. When he told me that was his idea for the video, I'm like, dude, that's the coolest
Slam
thing
dunk.
I've ever fucking heard.
Slam dunk.
I love that.
Like,
so
is there
much.
even one review on the entire internet that's just Doki Doki Panic?
I don't know. I mean, maybe in Japanese, but not in English.
It's
certainly.
It's a great concept.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's only topped by the Geek Critique when he reviewed Donkey Kong Country 3.
I used to watch Geek Critique.
He's a great channel.
You want to know why I watched? Was because he did all the Power Rangers games before everybody else did.
Oh, interesting.
Or early on or something.
He's a really good YouTuber. I really like his, the things that he says are thoughtful, and you could tell he wrote them very well. There's a lot of YouTubers I watch where I'm like, well, they said fucking nothing about anything.
Yeah.
Not with him. He says a lot of insightful stuff about stuff. Well, anyway, in his Donkey Kong Country 3 review, he does not mention Kiddy Kong, and all of the footage is just Dixie.
Wow.
The whole video.
What's that about?
Well, Kiddy sucks. He's stupid.
So just don't even mention.
He looks dumb. Yeah, exactly.
Geek
That's
Critique
it.
I used to kind of confuse him with the Completionist, like a little bit
I would say he's better than the Completionist.
Yeah.
Sorry, Gerard. I still love you.
more legit, perhaps.
I mean, the Completionist obviously made many more videos and is more popular and more famous. But
we
it's
were
like,
looking at his stuff today, and we were like, man,
But if I got a video side by side, I'm gonna pick the Geek Critique one.
because like Gerard's comments were not letting him off the hook.
Oh yeah. I just out of curiosity, I looked at his newest video, and yeah, the comments were still roasting him.
Which kind of begs the question of, like, at what point do
Yeah.
you just exit public life?
I don't know. That sucks though.
Right. It
I'd
does.
like to see him come back and come back and be successful. I don't root for the man's demise.
No, but it's at some point it's just like, hey, this is the business of winning people over and making them watch things.
Yeah.
If you're not doing it,
When you
then-
lost them, it's probably gone for
Yeah.
at least
or at least
long
that
time.
audience,
Yeah.
whatever that is.
Exactly.
There have been comebacks. People do comebacks.
People do comes back, but it's like, I don't know. It's hard to. Charity fraud sounds really bad because like you're
Yeah.
stealing from the needy.
Yeah. It's like the ultimate,
Exactly.
like the quickest way to be disliked.
I mean, the other like drama in that whole space was like the pro Jared one, but even then, it's like he cheated on his wife. I mean, sure.
I think he made a comeback, didn't he?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is he was able to
Yeah.
come back from that, but like this is different. This sounds a lot worse.
Right.
It's like, oh well, I guess that happens. A lot of people do that. Not a lot of people commit charity fraud.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. But I'm not sure that it's. Well, we don't need to.
yeah, again, we don't have to rehash that because like again, I'm speaking in terms of like the narrative of like what people are saying. I'm not just
exactly,
saying,
exactly.
like I'm not stating that I think he stole that he ate the money or whatever.
He may have. All right. Well, is there anything else we want to cover?
I don't know. Probably not.
What are we going to do with ourselves tomorrow? I'm going to bring you to the Raynham Flea Market.
We're gonna go to church together.
It's going to be strange, but you could stay here. We'll come to get you afterwards.
I've never been to like a church thing though. I've never been to like a service.
like any church service.
No, never.
Really?
No, never done.
You weren't raised with any kind of faith.
Opposite.
Really?
Yeah, we hate. Like, my family hates religion. They still do.
Was it like that South Park episode with the foster parents who were like very, very agnostic? They're like, we only have Diet Dr. Pepper.
I don't even know how to explain it. No, it's like if you ask people in my family, that like not only are they're not just like atheists. They're just like, no, religion is the cause of all evil.
Yeah.
And if it was gone, then
Well, I
the
was
world
there.
would be good. Yeah.
I was there,
Yeah. That's what everybody says.
but I think
That's the way like my parents were. That's the way my at least my dad's parents were too.
I was watching this cool thing the other day that didn't necessarily have anything to do with religion, but
Yeah.
it was about these. I guess there's some study or something where say like groups of children. And this, by the way, it's actually gonna make religion sound dumber in a way, but just go with me. You take like, groups of children and you give them a task, like they have to hunt something down, like a scavenger hunt or something. And you say that only one kid can be Batman, and you're going to select a Batman.
What?
Yeah, you're like, so who's going to be the Batman?
you
And then
going with this?
and then when you've selected, I know, right? When you've selected Batman, on average, the kid that gets selected as Batman will search for the task, or he'll stay.
They'll become the leader?
Or they'll ask them, they'll say, well, how would Batman do this? And he's like, well, he'd stick with it until he got it done. He would never give up and all this stuff. He's like, okay, cool. And so the kid will stick with the task for an extra 10 minutes, more so than everybody else.
Really?
Where everybody else quits. Then in another control group, they say whoever gets picked as Batman is going to wear Batman's costume. So they actually put a Batman costume on you.
Okay.
That kid, apparently, in these studies, goes an extra hour.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And here's like a secular argument for faith. It's taking the you out of it. And it's saying, like, instead, it's like, it's Christ working inside of you. It's what would this kind of ultimate role model do, right? Batman or something. Sure. And that animates you towards the good, as long as you're, of course, well-oriented and, in agreement about what the good even is in the first place. But that's kind of you could just say, just purely like secular psychologically, that's what's kind of going on there, is it's orienting everybody properly. So it's not like, well, how would Frankie do it? And would Frankie do it well? It's like, well, no, Frankie would probably quit. Frankie would get fat for the third time or something. But like Jesus, so I think that and I bring that up because I think whether you're religious or not, or whatever your faith is, I think that as rational beings with the power of language and high IQs and, this unprecedented species that we are, we live narratives. We live stories. I'm a YouTuber or whatever.
Yeah.
Like we faithfully live some vision for ourselves that we've put out. And normally it's not the self that's going to propel you towards that goal. And so, like, especially having that in a culture and in a group. Now, of course, that can go very, very poorly because everybody could use it to rationalize bad things, obviously.
Yeah.
But it could also go very, very well, where everybody's on the same page about, like, how to orient themselves. And I just thought the Batman test was really interesting. I was like, oh, that actually...
No, I get the parallel. You brought it home.
Yeah.
I get you now.
Yeah. So you say, like, I'm going to put everybody in a Jesus costume. Everybody get skinny and grow your hair out. That's when I get skinny again, and that it's a will, not an if. I will bring back the beard for sure.
Yeah.
I think maybe when I get below 200.
Okay.
I'll start, because if I grow the beard back, they're going to be like, oh, this is just you from like 2017.
You're going to be both beardy and the hat at the same time.
Yeah, because he can wear his hat. I'll wear, EJ will wear his hat.
Yeah.
And I'll grow a beard. You've never grown a beard?
I can't grow facial hair very well.
Really?
No.
So you just grew extra hair?
I guess so. I don't know.
Have you always had long hair?
No, I got a number 1 buzz cut until I was 15.
And then you were like, fuck it.
Yeah, well, I mean, my parents, and they stopped taking me to get my hair cut.
I decided to grow my hair out in college. And,
Yeah.
I remember, like, I mused about it throughout high school or like middle school even, and my dad was like, no way. And then I think I just was like, all right, I'm doing this.
No, it was like every few months my parents would just shave my head at like the thinnest rate. I looked bald. People called me skinhead.
Was there like anybody like in popular culture or anything with long hair, or like, oh, that guy's cool? Or
No.
Like, so what would have inspired it?
Nothing really. I just wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just out of the thin air.
Yeah, pretty much.
Thin hair.
Well, I mean, this was the Justin Bieber era, so everybody was like,
Oh,
fucking this. They have the
Now they have
hair
the
to, like,
broccoli.
here. Yeah, I can't do the broccoli. I'm too white. I got like straight white hair or straight.
Otherwise,
fucking
maybe
dark
you'd do
hair,
the
whatever.
broccoli.
Maybe I would. Yeah, I mean, if the broccoli was after my time though. Nobody was doing broccoli when I was around.
That's all new, I think.
Yeah, that new is in like probably 2018 and up.
Yeah. Well, that's very new for a 40-year-old like me.
Yeah, I suppose
That all
so. But
just
you got to
happened.
remember that's 8 years ago. That's a long
true.
time.
True.
So
we were talking about old YouTubers today,
Yeah.
like Lacey Green.
that's an old YouTuber.
That's like 2018.
Yeah, we checked. She hasn't uploaded in 5 years.
You're
She
like, oh
she
my
got
God.
out of it. She's a therapist now, apparently.
Yeah.
Which
It's
is
interesting when you quit YouTube.
Yeah.
We were talking. EJ and I were talking about quitting recently. Not
Maybe
actually
Gerard
quitting.
should become a therapist.
Look, I
Think
think
he could do it?
I think there's such a thing as just like stepping away,
Yeah.
or there ought to be.
I know he has a college degree. I don't know what in though.
Yeah, I mean, there's got to be a something besides YouTube.
Yeah, who knows?
There has to be.
Yeah.
It's too volatile, and
I would find it hard to believe he couldn't get a job anywhere. He ran a company for like a decade plus.
Yeah.
He had a team of like 20-something people. He wasn't just, some guy.
You wouldn't really be able to brag about how it all
Yeah,
ended.
you kind of tough. You'd have to answer for how it ended.
But certainly you would have organizational chops.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't view him as unemployable.
No, definitely not, actually. I mean, especially you show up. But it does suck. It's like when you have been successful at something and it comes crashing down and you have to start at the bottom of the mountain.
Yeah.
It's a spiritual sort of uphill battle to start over.
To admit defeat and just do something else.
I mean, that's respect if you have to do it. All right. I think that's you were like, hey, we should do a pod. And I was too tired the first night, even though you did all the flying. And I was too,
walking.
and walking. I was too tired last night. And I used as an excuse. I was like, well, we'll probably have more to talk about tonight. I think I was right. I think we have more to talk about.
Yeah, we did.
We kind of like saved up.
Sure.
And I don't, I guess this will just go up just as is.
Whatever you want to do.
Jason and Frankie's unedited
We could just be like a chat with Jason and Frankie or something. I don't know.
But or it could spare EJ a week if he needs a little extra time with the baby. I hear that Anna is still recovering and stuff. So
I could always pinch hit if you need me like any other time.
Yeah.
Not to physically come out, but come on the show.
just come fly. EJ's like, I can't make it tonight. You fly
I
out.
fly back every time. It's got to be on the couch or it ain't real.
I do want.
It's like emulation if I do it from home.
Right. Well, look, I was like, this is way easier when we do it remotely. But doing it like, I was like, I gotta like pull a camera out.
Have a setup for this.
Yeah. Well, I'm cluttered here, clean but cluttered. I would like to come on Waiting for Nintendo again sometime.
Oh, sure.
I had an idea for there was a YouTuber we saw that was showing off his, he's like, I own every console that I've ever wanted to own. It was something like that.
Oh, yeah.
And when I saw it, I thought, it would be a good topic. When you have like one of those retro setups, you have all your options, you got all your EverDrives, you're all tricked out. Which console do you power on the most often? Because I bet you it distributes unevenly.
The problem is with Hayden and I is we don't keep a shitload of stuff hooked up at the same time.
He's the same way?
He's the same way. It's just like, it's just like his Xbox and his Famicom. And for me, it's like whatever I'm doing a video on and like my Switch 2 and my Famicom or my just whatever.
So in truth,
my Xbox, I mean, yeah.
You wouldn't be able to like make an assessment because it's like, well, whatever.
Yeah, it's whatever. Well, I'll go through phases. It's like if I'm doing a video, like even because I know recently it's been like system related, like N64 doing a video on that. But like, let's just say I'm reviewing a game for a system.
Yeah.
That's going to be the system that I live with for a bit.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to play some games on that. That's another emulation thing. Is like if I'm going to keep one thing hooked up at a time, which is what I do, then it's just, you dive deeper. You play stuff you otherwise wouldn't have.
Yeah.
Just because more options are cut off.
Now, do you think that EJ and Hayden should have a podcast together? Just the two of them?
Do you think they want to?
It'd be the chillest.
They could.
Coolest. I mean, it'd be like that Smell-O-Vision survival game.
Yeah.
It'd be chill.
It'd be a cozy, chill survival podcast.
With Smell-O-Vision for some reason. I think it'd be just kind of funny and interesting. EJ went on Mark from Geek Guilt there. He did that recently. That was a good show. You can see that on the playlist.
We could have EJ on Waiting for Nintendo if FromSoft ever does anything ever again.
Is that something he cares about?
Well, it's the Dark Souls. That's who makes them.
Oh, okay, yeah. And I could show up and be full screen and silent.
Yeah, and just just not do anything.
Oh man, I mean the amount of things today at the convention that I was like, I don't know what that is.
Oh, same. Yeah, exactly. It's like you're a nerd, you're a geek or whatever. See, we're not nerds or geeks about even like mainstream stuff. We had a chat once where you're just like, man, is like regular gaming even bigger than retro gaming? Like. Is that even a thing? And I'm like, well,
of course it is.
I'm like, well, think about it in terms of YouTube. Like, how many retro game YouTubers have a million subscribers? And you could count it on like one hand.
Yeah, true.
And then just regular gaming, it's like thousands.
Yeah.
There's so many.
But I'm like totally blind.
Yeah, it's the same. I don't know any of them either.
Do you remember? There's a Family Guy joke where it was like watching the MTV Music Awards or something, and it was like, and every year. like more of the names are unknown to you. They were like tonight on the MTV Music Awards, like
Totally.
Zach Zackerson and all these fucking people are like. Who?
I mean, I wouldn't know anybody. Like, I didn't know who Bad Bunny was until everybody was like, "Oh, he's doing the Super Bowl," and I'm like, "What the fuck is this?"
Not only do I not
I
know
thought
who
this
he
was
is.
a woman until I'm watching it. I'm like, "What? This man is Bad Bunny. This Spanish-speaking man is Bad Bunny."
Like, I don't know who he is, and I didn't know he was controversial.
Yeah, I didn't know anything.
I'm two layers.
Exactly. I didn't know any. I didn't even know. Yeah, I thought this was a woman. Why are you named Bad Bunny? You're not a woman.
That's that whole problem of like when everybody's got their own algorithm and of course that's somebody who I think is extremely popular and like does actually cross demographics, but in general because everybody gets fed their own channels.
Yeah.
There is less shared culture. There is less like
absolutely.
everybody knows that person.
Exactly.
You know? Or I just the fact that Gloria watches a Minecraft YouTuber that has millions of subs and nobody knows who he is.
That's more of a monoculture than like anything we got because I bet a lot of her kid friends know who the same Minecraft YouTubers are.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know how many there are. I mean,
There's tons.
I start to wonder like how many ways can you split it?
They're always cycling around. Like I don't know.
Yeah, screaming Australian kids.
They're all streaming Australian kids.
But how many? Okay, so if there's like 100 of them,
Yeah.
and they all have millions of subs, so there's overlap, surely. But it's just, I'm like, how many ways can you split an audience and still make a lot of money?
Have you ever been recommended? Okay, I'll go down these rabbit holes of like channels. I'll get interested in a channel that's somebody talking about something that's like 4 or 5 years younger than me. And they're just like opining over YouTube or whatever. And I'll click on like the Normal Boots video. And I'm like, hell yeah, I love Normal Boots and do that. But then their next video is like some fucking shit I've never, like I know for nothing. No idea what the fuck they're talking about.
Yeah.
And it's just some like massive thing with like 5 million subscribers. And they're just like, man, this is my whole childhood and I love this and that. And they're doing the same opining they did with Normal Boots, except none of it lands with me because I didn't fucking watch it.
It's not about
I don't even know what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we only have our points of reference.
Exactly.
And you can't, it's like harder and harder to expand your own points of reference.
Because they're just so hidden and there's so many of them now.
Yeah.
Because before, like in your day, it was like, what is there, like 50 fucking channels on the TV?
Yeah.
And your grandparents, there's like 4.
Back in my day.
So, expanding your horizons meant one of the other 4 channels. Checking that out.
My dad was telling me about when he had TV in the 50s.
Yeah.
He was born in 48, and he was like telling Gloria about it. He was like, can I tell you about this? Because I'm really old, and I want to tell people about this. And he was just, one of the many things he was saying was like, the TV did not really work. That's just the truth of it. Like, you could pretty much knock it. He was like, I remember Twilight Zone coming on, and I remember The Lone Ranger coming on, and the stations barely worked. Like
Pretty much.
It was a miracle we had a TV, and we would try to watch it, but it was or like one person in the neighborhood had a TV. Or I think about like how many people didn't have color television until like the 80s.
Yeah.
There's a Wonder Years episode about that. Like the Christmas that we wanted a color TV and they didn't get it.
Aww.
It's a sad show. Dad was broke and he couldn't get it. So they were like, oh, and we did get that color TV 4 years later.
Yeah, 5 years exactly later.
So that show, Wonder Years is sweet. I was like, this is great. This is like barely funny. It's mostly sad. It's like Depression Quest. All right. Well, I had fun at PAX East. Thank you for you made it. Like I said, I wouldn't have had fun.
Well, I got to be thanking you. You're the one who's hosting me.
Listen, as I said to Levi, if Jason just shows up, then I'll take care of the rest. But it's been a lot of fun. It's been a treat. It really. I don't think I ever would have gone to PAX East, and I definitely would. I hugged Justin Silverman.
That was fun.
And he was, like I said, he was very, very nice.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
And he does all the work, apparently.
Big Justin fan.
No wonder he tolerates us, because secretly he's like, I do all the work.
Yeah, exactly. He does.
Red Cow Arcade.